29.
28.
27.
26. 25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14. 13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0.
Guys, how come there's only 2 people here? Jared has been neglectful and didn't tell everyone he was coming. A channel that gets a video that has 2 million views should have more people here watching him. So hang on a second. Here comes Jared. So
I made a video on Instagram. First of all, second of all, it's 2 million in 6 days.
2 million in 6 days.
I'm just fucking around. What do we only have a couple people in here? They'll be coming in.
There's 3 people.
Started.
It's 3 people.
That's all right.
Did you hear what?
Now with nobody. Shit.
Did you? I was say I've done live feeds with just like me and one other person. Pretty sure I did a live feed one night when it was just me and my guest, and that was it. No one was watching.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's gonna be that way. What is it? Friday? So
yeah.
Friday,
and well, don't forget Bees. I think Bees is just finishing up.
Is he?
Yeah, because he had that 1 year he was doing like I think he finishes at 11:30. So
okay. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, John, Mark, Murky, DSN? I seen you in here already right before we started. What's up, everybody?
Yeah. So
oh, by the way, if you don't mind, I got something I want to give away on your channel here in a little bit.
Are you giving it to me?
Well, no, I was gonna give it to the chat.
Oh no, that's fine.
All right.
Shit. That's loud. That is obnoxious. I need to get it. I love this, but there's times where I'm doing that and I'm like, that can't be good for my fucking hearing. What are you gonna give away? You got one of these to give away?
No, I got some Kaisers we can give away.
Oh, that's cool.
So I figure we'll give one of these away.
Did you let everybody know that they were getting?
I made a video on Instagram and said it.
See,
I whispered it though. I didn't like say like, oh, there's gonna be a giveaway. I said there might be a giveaway.
Might be. Don't know how Mike feels about it. No,
yeah,
I'm fine.
I haven't said anything yet, but
that's fine. You know what? We can do it, and you get a hold of them, and like, cause you're gonna do the shipping, right?
Yeah,
they make sure they get a hold of you. I had something I was gonna give away, but I think I'm gonna wait because I just realized I never did an actual review video of this item.
No problem. Well, I got.
So that's cool.
Now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's brand new in a box. Never even been unwrapped. I'll unwrap it here.
Ooh, new stuff. Oh, yeah. Hey, I was gonna tell you. So the video went up and it didn't do very well. So guys, if you haven't seen it, I did a video about that Kaiser. You wrote Kaiser Silver on, and that's the Kaiser.
Actually, it was an accident.
Kaiser Sliver. And so my thumbnail, the video title and everything was.
I did the same thing on mine. Somebody had to tell me and I had to change mine because I always call that knife. It's just like stuck in my fucking head. I can't get it out.
And I went, hey, Josh Worth here. Murky's here. Some of my paying members. Knife Modders. What's up, Richie and Lindy?
What's up? You guys' account's working again. Nice.
So I went in and I made the thumbnail and I used silver text because I thought it was the silver. And so I did it and everything, did the thumbnail. And then somebody was like, why does everybody keep calling this the silver? It's the sliver.
I did too. I literally, I don't know why. Like, even if I pulled it out right now, that's what it would be called.
Don't pull it out.
You checked out the Big Lighter XL?
Okay, so
it's the button lock one.
Okay, so here's the thing. I had a beg letter before you sent me the beg letter. Yeah, I had one.
This is different though. I know,
but I didn't like it. I didn't like the big beg letter. It was okay.
But this isn't the big one. This is way bigger. This is.
But I didn't like the big one. I like the small one better.
Well, so I don't want one of those to give away. And it's the micarta I don't even have. It's like a it's like the black and gray micarta. It's pretty cool. Kind of like the stuff that's on the October, I think. But no, this
I
one,
have the
man,
October
I'm telling you,
here.
I know you weren't that big of a fan of the one, but this thing's large. The clip doesn't bother you because it's big, because it's so big.
I'll have to, you know what? Put it in the box of stuff you're getting ready to send me. I'll take a look at it.
I think you might like this one. Now, the one thing about it though, and if anybody else has one is having this issue, what'll happen is if like as soon as you get it from the factory, like you just want to put some new Loctite on it, blah blah blah. But what happens is the pivot will come undone, and then the back screws will basically make it off centered, and it'll start getting blade rock like really bad. It won't lock up. So all you got to do,
first thing I do is start to Loctite fucking hardware, because I have a lot of knives.
But if you just loosen them up and then obviously take them out, re-Loctite and put them in, and then take these back screws, don't let them be like over tightened, kind of back, tighten them and then back them out just a tiny bit, and then do your pivot all the way tight and back it out a little bit, and it'll be fine. But I found that if you do the back screws like really tight, that can cause it to start coming undone and get fucked
almost
up.
Like it flexes down and puts extra pressure on the I've seen knives like that. If there's a little bit of a curvature to the scales at all, that puts extra pressure on the pivot, and it starts to walk, even if you put Loctite on it.
Check out the grind on this fucking knife. Hold on.
Is this your new camera that's not focusing?
No, it is. I'm messing with the zoom. I don't know why.
Wow.
Hold on.
Nice. I think I'll stick. With my camera on my phone. I don't.
No,
see
it works really good.
look.
It works really good. I like, for some reason I'm just like messed up right now.
Your camera, your flag in the background is in perfect focus.
I think it's trying to focus on that, because like, watch this. Like right now it's focused on me.
Motion sickness.
Bam.
No.
Normally. Wonder why it's not doing it right now. Hold on. Let me click my thing. Maybe I clicked it wrong. I think my setting's wrong.
So as we sit here and we basically watch.
No, you're fine. Put me back on so I can see. I can't see.
You narcissist. No, it's out of focus.
I know. I'm trying to get it on the right setting, because there's all different settings. No, there it goes.
There you go. The brazen.
No, this is the Altus. This is the button lock.
So it's just a button lock brazen.
It's a mini though. It's small.
Oh, I don't care. The brazen
It
got.
Still doesn't seem like it's focusing right though, but whatever.
No, it
doesn't. It might be because of the way I have the light right over the top of the camera.
It might be. I have my lights in front of me pretty far back, so I don't.
No, this setup normally works so good. I think I just have the wrong setting on. But anyways, I'm not. If we pull up another knife, I'll change.
What knife was it? What knife was that one?
This is the Merc. How the hell is it pronounced? The Mercant Mark 1 large or something like that. It's a custom. It's a
Mercant. You know what a Mercant is, right? That's like a toupee for your junk.
It's something like that. I can't remember. I just put it in a video, so I can tell you actually right now, because I just did a first impressions of it, and it is called the Mercantile. The Mercantile.
Like percentile, but with an M.
Yeah, Mercantile Mark 1 large. I'm guessing they make a small one, but they make all different styles.
This is gonna be one of them high performance live feeds.
Yeah, I used to drink those NASs. Get all nassed up. Now I just stick to my my Red Bulls. Not the regular ones though. I don't like the regular ones.
If I'm gonna drink an energy drink, it's gonna be a NOS. I usually just drink coffee, but if I'm gonna drink an energy drink, it's gonna be NOS. People are like, why? And I was like, because it's the only one that doesn't taste like cough syrup with bubbly water.
Well, that's why I drink the ones I drink. I drink the not the, because I think the same thing. The regular Red Bulls, that's what they taste like. They
taste like cough syrup.
Yeah. So what I do is I drink the What are they called? They're called something. I got some in the fridge. They're like the something series. But anyways, they're flavors and they're really fucking good.
Are you talking about the Zions? Are you talking about the Zions energy ones?
No, it's let me just grab one.
Well, while he's gone, let's talk about him.
I'm only right here. I got
Jesus.
in my studio.
Where the hell did you get that? Where the hell did you get that fancy ass chair? I'm sitting in a folding chair from
It was
Timber Ridge.
cheap, bro. Like I'm actually I'm not mad about my purchase because my chair before was like horrible. This is definitely better than that, but it was like $100 and it's okay. But this is the special editions.
Oh, the Red Bull, the yellow one.
Well, there's all different ones. There's red ones. There's
There's a
pomegranate
cranberry
ones.
one. There's a
Yeah,
pina
this
colada
one's
one.
the tropical.
Yeah, that's the pina. I like that one. That's the pina
Yeah,
colada.
no, they're really good. So
Talking about your chair, I'm sitting literally in a folding Timber Ridge folding chair.
Yeah, no, my
Like
old
I'm
chair,
fucking
dude.
camping.
My old chair, I had to put a pillow on top of it because screws were coming up into my ass.
I'm not
and
gonna
I
lie,
kept getting comments.
This chair is comfortable. Actually, it's really comfortable. I sit out here. Like this is when I sit and play a game. This is what I'm sitting in.
Yeah.
If I watch TV, if I'm watching like movie day with the subscribers and the paying members, I sit on the love seat and I bring these milk crates over and set the computer there. But this thing is actually the most comfortable folding chair I've ever had.
Have you checked out the Wasp knives?
I don't know. Can you get it in focus? I can't tell you.
Hold on a second. I'm fucking fixing this right now. It's gonna make me mad.
So while Jared fixes this.
No. Let me see. I gotta see.
No, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
There we go.
That's a
My
good looking
camera was
knife.
just too close to my light. Have you seen one of these yet?
No, that's a good looking knife though. I like that.
Well, it's the same company that does the other one that you liked. I didn't you haven't seen it or haven't held it yet, I don't think, but these ones.
Goddamn right, Emler with the tailgate chair. Yeah, I am. I even have these ones. Yeah, I want to get to see that, bro.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's badass,
Yeah, I want
man.
to see that one.
I think
Guys,
you'll like it.
I'm not gonna lie. I even have this little screw-on cup holder that we got on my daughter's stroller when she was little, and I've kept it. And I screw it in. I just connect it to the arm of my little folding chair here.
Yeah, these Wasp knives are really good. Kaiser's the one making them, but they wound up doing M390 copper and really nice micarta, man. But the grinds are really nice. Everything's just sweet about it. I love it.
Do you know what I've got here at the house?
What?
I don't remember if I did an unboxing about it. If I didn't, what I'll do is I'll get everything put together. I have the high-end version of the Grazioso. I have the titanium.
Oh yeah, I got one of those. Yeah.
Oh, you see, he got one sent to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah, I've got it here. He also sent me. He
didn't send it. Kaiser sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Well, he sent me one. I got to send it back, but he also sent me his 344, the design that he did with Kubi, the Kubi KU 344.
Okay.
And that's a good knife. And he also sent me a Southern design Spyderco as a gift. So I have he sent me the Kubi and the Southern as gifts, but I have to send back. I just got to figure out where the hell I put the.
You know what knife I would love to see made in a fucking premium knife, and I think if they were smart, they would. The damn Praxis, man. Civivi should totally be making a.
It's still not focusing.
Well, I got the things in then. They should totally. Is it focused? Yeah. It's not.
It's
there it goes. The Civivi Praxis. Yeah, it keeps trying to fucking focus on my background. I think it's because it's got to be this light. Anyways, but you know what? I'm gonna switch this all around.
That's a good looking knife. It reminds me of something else. You know what it reminds me of?
It's such a good knife, man. This is like
that one. Who designed that one?
I think they did. I think it's an
in-house. Because you know what that looks like? That has a very Elliot Williamson-esque vibe.
Well, this is one of their oldest models, but it's also one of their best models. The blade shape, the grind, the ergos, the clip, the everything is just like perfect on this. For a user, you almost can't beat it. I don't care what you put up against it. It's just one of those type of knives that just it hits everything out of the park when you get it in, even the choil. Like it's a great knife. The blade is nice and thin. I think it's 120 thousandths, but look at how broad the blade is. It's so broad and it gets down nice and thin behind the edge, but not so thin to where it's fragile.
Yeah.
But it's just, dude, it cuts so
I was
good.
talking about that. I was talking about that in a video the other day. I talked about like, you know, I had a knife. I got a fixed blade that came in and I measured it. The video hasn't went up yet, but it came in at like 0.03. I was like, that's not thin, but that's also not thick. That's kind of like for an outdoor knife, that's kind of the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
That's just about,
for sure.
That's just about, because if you start getting into like, I've made knives that come down, you know, 0.01 or 0.009, shit like that. I've made knives that thin.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one at 0.01 coming right now. For my Demco 80 20.5, I got a reblade in Magna Cut at 64.5 HRC, a spear point hollow at 10 thousandths behind the edge.
See, that's what I did. I did a hollow 10 thousandths. It wasn't even 10. It was almost 10 thousandths behind the edge.
Okay.
And I did it for my buddy Tino, and he's like, I want it thin. But I did it. The only reason I knew I could get away with that was it was an S125V at 67 Rockwell. Like you could score glass. You still like even after heat treat. And
it's
after
so
grinding,
hard.
You can score glass. Like you can score glass on the top of a beer bottle with the spine of that knife.
66.7, I think, is where glass starts getting cut.
Yeah, it was 67, if not higher. Because I never Rockwell it, but like I knew like it came out after heat treat, and I was like, that's still cutting glass.
Well, if you're cutting glass, it's over 66.7.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed that.
And so he carries that knife. And that's the third knife I've made for him in S125V. And literally, like I bitch and complain every time I've ever made one, but no joke, with that heat treat, and then once you grind it and you get it sharp, I've only ever had to sharpen one of those knives. And it's not like they don't get used. Like we were at his house and he was using his custom sea snake that I did in S125V. And I was helping him cut up. He had gotten a bunch of lawn furniture, and I helped him cut up the boxes that his entire, like two sofas, two sofas, a small seat, and a fire pit that was all packed in cardboard. And we cut all of that up. And I dulled 3 knives, and he was just using that knife I'd made for him. And I was like, is that thing dull? And he handed it to me. I was like, good God.
If you're using it for regular cutting, like you're not hitting brick and rocks and metal, those edges, they'll last forever. Like, well, and then it's amazing how long some of those very high HRC, good quality steels will last.
Well, and especially like it's a custom heat treat. It wasn't like it's not a production heat treat. I heat treated one knife that day.
Right.
The day that I heat treated, I treated that blade. And then when you talk about the Habu, which is the drop point version of the sea snake, that's the one that is less than 10,000. It's 0.0097 or something like that. And even if that gets dull, that edge profile is so thin, it's still gonna fucking cut cardboard.
Right. Yeah. That's the way Brian's doing all his blades, one at a time, where he can get it and he can Rockwall test it. Like he showed me mine right on the money. He did it first time, bang, right on the money. 65 or 64.5 HRC on the dot. Like it's amazing.
Nice.
Have you tried one of the Cogents?
Nope.
Oh man, these things are really good.
In all honesty, let's go through this real quick. I wanted to do this. I always forget to do this. What's everyone carrying? What are you carrying today? First of all, what did you actually carry for carry, not just for review?
So right now, actually, at the moment, I'm actually carrying my button lock Elementum. Just right now at the moment. That's actually what I've been carrying all day is this. But like yesterday and like the day before, I was carrying the subjugator. I've been having an issue trying to pick which one I like better between the beacon and the subjugator because I got a versus.
Your subjugator, does that have a weird rattle in the bearings when it's opening and closing? Like open and close, it's fine, but when it's in the middle, like there's a rattle. Does it feel like when you can hear it when it deploys? Like here's like a
not
rattle.
at all. Mine is super solid. Like
I
really
had one that came in for sharpening, and I was going to do a review, but it did that, and so did that kite fin you sent me.
Was it the stop pin maybe loose?
No, it was in action. So as the blade would go, you could hear the bearing like it had a crack or something in it. And I took it apart and I didn't see anything. Murky's carrying an M4 bug out and a K390 delicate. I sharpened some K390. I'm not gonna lie, K390 is that stuff is.
It's probably my favorite steel, to be honest.
One of them. Wear resistant. Tri-State carried a Spyderco Drunken and a QC Drift. You didn't carry that. You didn't carry any of those cool ass knives I sent you.
I've never tried a Drunken, but I know I would like them because I love all of that designer's knives.
See, I wouldn't like it because I don't like the Spidey Chef.
See,
Kaiser Sheepdog from Johnny Rum, Kaiser Sheepdog and a Spyderco Mint Green.
I love the
Casual Cutter, Shiro Neon Frag Pattern,
all of
Jade Quest. I'm not gonna read. I'm not gonna get into all of them.
Casual Cutter's got the neon frag. Hell yeah!
Pattern.
I got that.
You know what? I didn't like the Shirogrov Neon.
I wasn't a big fan of the neon either, but I can respect the Shiros because I like the large version.
Well, I was gonna say, but their frag pattern, when they do one in a frag pattern or that wave pattern, you know the one I'm talking about that look like sound waves. So good.
Yeah, these things are awesome. I got the F95, which is the large one. This thing's a beast.
Yeah, that's
I love it. Monkey edge frag.
No joke. I carried this all day today. Because I saw something that you did the gravity knife video, and then Metal Complex put up a knife that he said this knife should be illegal.
Yeah, he's fucking copying me. He's seen my 2 million views and said, "Man, I gotta get this." I
ain't gonna fucking lie. Even before I saw your gravity knife video, I had a thought in my head for a like one of the multiple knife videos.
Yeah,
I was gonna show illegal knives, and we were gonna hit because we were talking about it on the phone.
I've done the video before. Like I did. What did I put? I don't remember what the title was, but it was basically like the most dangerous knives. And I had like the ballistics knife in there. I had the Wasp Knife in there. Which if anybody doesn't know, the Wasp Knife is an underwater shark knife and it holds a CO2 air cartridge. And what happens is it has a button where when you puncture, there's a little line that goes through the blade to the tip, and out of the tip is a hole. So when you stab something, an entire CO2 empties and it will blow up whatever. Like if you stabbed a pumpkin, right, it would just explode.
Yeah, I've seen it.
If you stab a shark, it will kill them like that.
There's a guy that did an entire channel. That's all he ever did was just like he was like, "What do you want me to stab with the Wasp Knife?" And then he wound up selling. Like he went and then he went back to other stuff. Sean's here from Blades and Fades. What's up? I saw his video. He was sharpening stuff. Kira, how's your arm?
I've been drinking the shit out of it.
It's
still
all right.
there?
It's going all right. It has some random days where it hurts real bad, and then other times it's totally fine. So
that sounds like arthritis.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's how my life is. I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck hurts today?
Waking up is always the worst part with arthritis because you're like swollen every morning. That water retention in your knuckles.
Just wait till you're my age and you wake up after all these years and you just wake up and you wake up and you're like, why does it feel like I was in a rollover car accident? What the fuck was I dreaming about?
Kara fell at work and she fell on her wrist and broke her wrist.
Telling me I need a better story for that.
Okay, well, she was mountain climbing in Alaska, 250 feet.
Yeah.
I was elk hunting.
Yes.
And an elk came out while she was going to attempt to hunt it.
I defeated the elk, but a bear snuck up on me.
Yeah.
I did it with a knife.
I've already had those kind of injuries. I cut down to my knee bone with a Microtech.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They'll do it. Microtechs are nasty.
Yeah, it was a SOCOM Elite, and I mean, it was the cleanest cut you've ever seen, because when I went to the doctor, they were like...
Technically, it's on video.
I deleted it.
No, we cut out the very end, but she cut. So we were throwing bottles, and she was cutting them, and she cut the last one, and it hit her. But we cut out where she realizes it. Like,
yeah.
So technically,
Cole says Kara fell at work equals Jared had enough sass. Q1 Fiend, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while.
What's up, brother?
Carrot challenge.
Fiends in the house.
Bullfrogs.
Those mean ass bullfrogs. Did you see that Instagram we did a while back with the bullfrogs?
No,
we were going
you
in.
were you dropping them off an overpress out of a 5-gallon bucket?
No, but I heard that story. We go.
Yeah, sold it on your channel.
We go bullfrog hunting with flashlights in the summer, and there's these massive ones. I'm talking about like big as fuck. And if you shine the light in their face and you put anything near them, they'll attack it because they think it's a bug.
Yeah.
So what we do is we had a
fight so hard.
Yeah, we put a flashlight in their
I grew
face.
up in the country. We used to do that shit. I know.
And we put like a little stick, like, and we just, mess with his nose, and they'll think it's a bug, and they'll attack it. And so what do we put on the Instagram thing, like attack of the bullfrogs or something?
No, we did like a thing, like, because it was like the first bullfrog attacked the stick, and it was like something like in the thing we wrote like the media. Right?
Yeah.
And then there was another frog we did, and like we put the stick in front of it, and it looks like it's gonna attack, and then it just dips off in the water, and then we were like, the truth.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, those things are they're fun to. Every summer we go out looking around for those things. It's just fun. And then there's the toads too.
But you guys go out and at least hunt them, bring them back, and cook the.
No, we just go flashlight hunting, just to see them. We don't like hunt them.
Technically, those bullfrog, not that
we wouldn't be
anyone
allowed
gives a shit, but you can only take 4 of them out of the wild, every year before
you can
you're not
only
allowed
get
to anymore.
caught. That's
I know that feels like
those things like it's if you get caught.
Yeah.
But I like
long as you're not on a live talking about it.
Right. Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Frog legs is one of my favorite things in the world.
There's also a video on the Instagram me catching this probably 80-pound snapper. It was massive.
That's another thing. Snapping turtle, really good. You soup turtle soup.
Yeah, no, I've had
Get
it.
them over our back and pop them with a 22. Get them
Frog
out of that
legs
shell.
are delicious. Okay, Mason.
Turtle soup is good.
Honestly, the swamps we find them in, I don't know that I could eat them.
I don't care.
They're all in swamps, though.
I know, but
they all come
those
from
particular
swamps.
ones, it's like small and shallow and just filled with fucking frogs and turtles. Like, it's kind of nasty.
Yeah, that's where they all come from, though.
If it was that polluted, I don't think there'd be that many frogs.
Right. That's their perfect habitat.
I know it looks like it's polluted though. Like you can see like shininess on the surface, but
that's the swamp.
Well, I used to think it was oil, like where you can see like the actual reflection. But it's a retention pond, so it has some runoff water from the streets. But I actually think the shininess is from a type of algae that's in the water.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Well, and some of the stuff that comes from the road, like the oil and stuff, will fuck with them.
It does get in the pond because we saw mutated frogs, which are
yeah.
And we found one with like an arm coming out of its head.
Now I can think of that episode of The Simpsons where they're finding the frogs with 3 eyes and the fish with 3 eyes and shit. That's all I can think of now.
No, I remember back in the day, in this area I lived in, a real bad area, and it was like just full of like garbage and trash, just nasty. And there was like this park, and no kids went to this park. This was a really dangerous park, but there was this little like retention pond, little pond. And when you went to that, like that's a prime example of something that's so polluted, nothing can live in there. There ain't no frogs or nothing, no bugs, nothing. But when you got to it, like I still remember this since I was a kid, it was actually stiff. Like the water was so polluted and so nasty.
Ew.
Like the top. Yes, it was thick, and it stunk so bad.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't doubt there wasn't a corpse in it or something.
Well, we have.
I remember wanting to throw up.
They do a lot of strip mining out where I'm at in Ohio and on the farms, and those strip ponds are like that because you get all that runoff from like the pollution and stuff.
Yeah.
Lavender Pants, Mr. Purple Pants is here, and where have you been?
What's up, brother?
Where have you been? It's not a weekly thing, but I do a weekly show, and I try to have people on every Friday. Lavender Pants, you should stop by more often.
I haven't seen Pants in forever.
Yeah, he's been hiding out.
Purple Pants is gone. I told him, I was like, we should do like a really screwed up version of Captain Kangaroo, and he could be there. And you had Mr. Green Jeans, we'll have Mr. Lavender Pants.
There you go.
And like children, you just can't let kids watch it. Like that's horrible.
All right, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I just wanted to bring
All
you
right,
this
baby.
coffee.
Thank you.
I have.
Are you taking this one or
No.
I'll keep them
It's
both
all
then.
yours.
All right, thank
It's
you,
all for
baby.
you.
Thank you.
Greg, what were you saying? Like, will we be able to buy from overseas? Here's the thing. I don't think there may be some tariffs and things that get levied.
You have to pay in cash, basically. That's the only way you're going to be able to do anything through them, because what's happening is they're any time, like say if you did like a PayPal purchase or anything that goes to a bank account, basically they are the price difference is so different now.
Yeah.
Like everything got crazy. So now they're taking, like, say if you spend say $1,000 on a knife, they're only going to get 500 of it. So they want you to like basically figure out a way to cash out.
Here's what I'm going to say. Now you might not be able to buy Riat knives.
Oh, I was talking about Russia. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about China, because China's involved in all this. So offshore stuff, what I see happening is there's so many companies that use Chinese manufacturing, including a lot of our fucking defense budget and things like that. I don't see a way.
I don't see that they're going to cut them like, I don't think
if they do anything, but what they'll do is maybe you won't be able to get a Riat, but you're still going to be able to get Riat made stuff, because American companies are the ones that are providing that.
I don't know. I don't know
machining and stuff.
What's going on, but I personally don't see a lot of that shit happening, because listen, if they made it, and I hate to say it like this, but if they fucking cut us off from the things that they send us, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Look around. Look at your toilet paper, your paper towels, your dishes, your towels, your laundry detergent.
You don't even have to look at that. Look at your fucking cell phone and tell me you're going to be able to call anybody when the battery goes bad in that, because
anything. You just look around anywhere.
Anything we use, titanium. There's no significant amounts of titanium.
Water, soap, food, everything.
Well, I mean, we can get that stuff here.
Not if we're only getting it from here. We can't.
We can, but they just don't. People just
buy. What are you talking about? You're saying that think about the water, right? We have to get stuff from over there to fill our, there's not companies that are large enough to supply our entire country as of right now. Like, I'm not saying we can't do it like over
water. You're talking like bottled water? That stuff is just
I'm talking I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about anything that we're using.
No, I'm agreeing. I'm saying because the fact is you can't get battery. The stuff you use to make batteries. China.
Batteries, yeah, batteries.
Every bit, if anything that's made out of titanium is coming out of Russia, China, Hong Kong, those areas. That's where there is no real deposits of the ore that we use for titanium in the United States. There's a company that's like, oh, American titanium, it's basically recycled titanium from other industries, and they're recycling it, purifying it, and making it.
Where does it come from? I'm sorry, titanium.
Most of the titanium ore is coming from like Russia, China, that area, like Asia. There's deposits of titanium everywhere. So all these people are like, all these American-made knives, and if it's titanium, I don't care how much you like to think. You probably bought it from an American company. The ore that it was made from was most likely sourced offshore.
Yeah. Huh.
But I don't want to get into that big thing. But
no, I think it's smart to acknowledge that.
Yeah, most of the rare earth elements that we use for magnets and stuff like that, and speakers and all the micro miniature stuff. And I do know that
wires,
like somebody said lithium is Mexico, but that's not necessarily true, because there's other elements that go in batteries and into the electronics and things like that. All those rare earth elements, most of that shit comes from these places. So, but I don't want to get into that because
what's P&G, baby? I see that Tri-State says that. What's P&G?
Ironically, most soaps, paper towels, and chemicals are American-made. P&G, Procter and Gamble. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, because basically every soap, Procter and Gamble has got a fucking lockdown on that. Toilet paper and stuff that you're buying, it's not coming from overseas. It's coming from paper.
I was just listing things. Regardless,
saying,
what I'm saying is, regardless of what it is, I'm talking about our country's suppliers being able to supply 380 million people constantly without the help and source of using China, which is filling a lot of the gaps. with any product, when you have Walmart's shelves filled with all of that stuff, it makes it very difficult. If all of a sudden that stuff isn't coming in to help fill the shelves, now all the products are coming specifically from America. There's a lot of things we don't make, and then the things we do make, can we supply the entire country?
We probably could, but you wouldn't be able to afford it. Look at how much things.
And then that's the next thing. What about the price at that point for them?
It's ridiculous. It was,
man.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't want to hear. I don't want to get into this. I don't want to.
Yeah, me neither.
Me neither. So, back to what I was saying before we got derailed, because that happens with you and I a lot. So even before you did your video about like this knife is illegal and stuff like that, I had knives set out and I was familiarizing myself with them because I was going to give them some little quick reviews. And then you and I talked about, I was going to talk about the knives that are like illegal. And then you and I got to talking about it, and you did the video, and I was like, I was going to do illegal knives, but you're right. When we talked about the top 3, but the thing that irritates me is when you do those videos and you talked about it on the phone, everybody's like, oh, that knife's not illegal, I can carry it. And they forget. Like, I know you said it because I watched your video.
Man, I said it about 3,000 times.
Oh my God. I keep telling them, they're like, that knife's not illegal, I carry one all the time. I was like, great. But if you happen to cross state lines with that in your pocket and get pulled over, and he goes, did you just drive? Like, if you drive out of California into Arizona and you get pulled over, you got a switchblade, even if it's legal in like where you're at.
Right.
The second you cross that state line, you have now done interstate commerce of a federally prohibited item, which is no different than trafficking drugs, counterfeit money, any of those things that are federally prohibited.
Right. I had one dude try to tell me, oh, I can carry OTF as long as they're not over 2 inches. And I'm like, nobody gives a fuck about your keychain knife, asshole. People, you care about a full-size knife. Like think about a balisong, right? A 2-inch bladed balisong. How does that look with you flipping that? Like, you can't get the momentum. Like, that doesn't make sense.
It's those little ones. It's those little ones. It was the little ones that we had when we were in high school that people carried on their keychains.
Is it on the futon?
But no, the people will do that stuff, and then they go, no, it's not. But what they don't realize, like I said,
not everybody lives in Texas.
Huh?
Not everybody lives in Texas.
Like, even if you're in Texas, if you go to the post office, if you go to the IRS building, you go to any military installation, you go to a border patrol facility, all of those are federal property. You go into those buildings, go into one of those buildings where there's a law enforcement element, put that illegal knife on the counter, show it to them, and see how fast you wind up in handcuffs.
Right. Well, thanks, good guy. He's a good guy, by the way.
He is. I like to pick on him. My buddy Polly comes in, and they get my buddy Polly, Purple Heart Barbecue. Yeah. Because Polly's an Army vet. He's a combat wounded Army vet. Great dude, but he's a little bit off. And they get to going, and nothing's funnier than watching Havoc and Polly in the chat. And one night I had Polly on, and Polly hates this bell. So I had Polly on live. And when he started, he's like, no, man, don't do the belt. Everyone started donating. I'm like, every other chat was a super chat.
I got a Maurice on mine.
And I was just ringing a bell, just ringing the bell.
But yeah, with that whole argument though, it's like, it's ridiculous. Like for people, because I got so many, like that was the most common question. It's like, how do you not realize that you might be able, and I said this in the video, while you might be legal to own the thing, in certain areas, you might be restricted from carrying it.
Yeah.
And it's like, how hard is that to grasp in your concept? And then they tell me like, they tell me it's clickbait and that's not true. You're what they say, I'm trolling and all this shit. It's like, okay, well, you go get yours and then go into New York City and show an officer. Let me know how it goes.
Bro, my favorite is when I put up a video. Like, you remember when I did the Elementum, and it was the, great, a well-done knife, but has a fatal flaw.
Yeah.
You remember that? Guys, let me know if you guys are getting an echo. I just want to make sure we don't have, I had a problem with echo on this mic once.
I don't hear anything.
But at any rate, so, and so I put this up and he says, that's not a fatal flaw. I was like, for me, the fatal flaw of this knife, I wouldn't carry that knife because it only had one method of deployment. Everybody's going to that. You shouldn't have put that as a fatal flaw. And I went in and I was like, okay, 2 things. Like this channel, the reason I built this channel was because there are not very many. Oh, you have an echo? All right, I'll turn this off. We'll just use
I can double check right now on my iPad because I don't have it turned off.
All I'll turn this off. We'll just use the.
No echo. No. Anyway, oh, Knife Modder says they can hear an echo. Well, I just turned it up over here. That's probably why.
No, it's okay. I'll just use the built-in mic on the computer. It's not a big deal. Anyway, so what I was saying was I did that, and people are going, the reason I built the channel was so that because there's not brick and mortar stores anymore, really. It's hard. Yeah. And so if I get a knife in and I find things with it, I want to let people know those. And he goes, so he responded, was like, that's great, but you don't need to use the titles. I was like, bro, I don't know if you know this. The title being enticing and a thumbnail that
catches very important.
It's the whole fucking point. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm just supposed to put up a generic title that fucking doesn't get any views. If you don't like it, watch a different fucking channel. Every channel does that. That's why I started doing like the elaborate thumbnails and
like Vostede Bellamy, right? That might get some views, but so people are directly having to look up that knife directly, like they have to look it up to find it. When you have something that explains something in the video, like say this knife has some of the most amazing action, right? Well, now I'm not lying. I'm telling the honest truth from the video that this knife has amazing action. So now you might want to click on it just because it has amazing action. And in the title, I might throw it, or in the description, I'll put Vostede Bellamy so that you can also search it, right? Your search results also work, and it's enticing from something that happens in the video. No lies, no bullshit. I never bullshit in my video or in my titles. Like, there's always something that happens, but you need a little bit of enticement for people.
Yeah, well, and then so I responded, and this guy comes back and he goes, well, if you don't like the knife, just say you don't like it. And I was like, bro,
I did.
And so I was like, I kind of fucking did. And then I kind of got dickish and I took it down, but I went in and I commented and I was like, man, you got a lot to say about running a channel for a dude that has 0 videos and 1 subscriber.
Yeah.
I was like,
true. Yeah. I mean, everybody's going to be a critic. All right. Everybody's going to be a critic, and I respect it and I understand it. And that's okay. I want you to be critical of my content for sure. I absolutely appreciate people being critical because that helps me be a better content creator. But not everybody is a good critic. No. Not everybody. It's kind of like everybody's opinion matters. No, that's not true. Just because you have an opinion, like say your opinion about reality, right? Reality's reality. There's one truth. Right? Your opinion on the truth can be wrong. Like right now, I can say 1 + 1 is 3, and that's my fucking opinion. Well, I'm wrong. So it doesn't matter. Right?
Well,
so, but
I know you don't have to elaborate on it too much. The thing that my dad always used to say is like, boy, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and a lot of them stink.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, hey, but I do love it though. People leaving comments. I know, dude. That's a
well, no, because I talked. Okay, so you and I talked
140, right?
Yeah, this is the 140. So I was talking with you. You and I talked about it, and then FPV Diva and I were chatting because I couldn't sleep after Wednesday's live feed. I had just gotten myself so worked up doing stuff throughout the day, and I'd had too much coffee. So I was streaming games. I was streaming games on Twitch, and she was telling me about it. And I was like, you know what? Jared's talked about it. So I went ahead and I just got one. Question I got for you is like, where do you get, like, how much are the pieces, the overlays? Have you replaced one yet?
I haven't replaced it, but I do know the price. So, you got that for about $60, right? I think the replacement,
it was 67 because
$30, I think, is what the replacement sheet is.
Oh, hell, that's better. That's easy. That's cake. That's $30 because I was paying 70 for the ultra coarse DMTs, and they don't cut anywhere near as quick as this.
No, but the thing with those though, with a lot of people, man, they're fucking aggressive.
Oh yeah, you and I were saying, like, you could fuck if you don't know how to freehand sharpen. You're gonna fuck a knife up with that.
Even me. Yeah, for sure. Make sure you don't practice on somebody else's shit.
Oh no, I did. I absolutely did. But I fucking have sharpened enough. But I was very cautious with that.
No, I mean somebody who's learning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Somebody
I sharpened my buddy Teen. I was like, okay, what's the hardest thing I currently have here to sharpen? And I was like, well, all of my knives that are really hard to sharpen are out. The two that have got really good hard blades are with Cole. The one that is the Archbishop is pretty high in Rockwell on 20 CV, and so is my stonefish. And I was like, well, those are both out, and they didn't need sharpen anyway. And I was like, I got that S110V Spyderco native that's in from my buddy Matthew that needs sharpen. I was like, let me try that. And like, no joke, like 5 minutes later, I was like, well, I'm done on that stone.
But and
like,
that's the beauty of them. That's why I was screaming about them. Like, listen, if you're sharpening and you got thick edges or some heavy reprofiling, buying, and even if you just do a lot of sharpening, having the coarsest possible stone you can get so you can reprofile fast. Like, go ahead.
Woo, thank you very much, Havoc. I will agree with you, but there's times depending on the knife. Like if it's a fairly elaborately polished knife or has a really good finish, you're gonna get scratches behind your edge on that.
Well, only at first. Once it breaks in, you won't. It'll break in.
And then the other one, like I would not use that to like if I had a chip in something like my sea snake, like a really thin knife, I think you would wind up. I think that even if you're being careful, you might wind up taking off more material than you needed to with that. I like something that's a softer steel that really is a fairly thin blade. I think I would still stick with like maybe that 300 grit or.
But if it's mega thin, you're not needing that, something like that. You know, like you can get by with a different diamond plate, but. Yeah. Even with something thin, like what I'll do is I'll just take like 2 or 3 passes per side, set my bevel, most of it, and then I'll jump on the next stone. But also, like I said, mine is probably half as aggressive as your brand new one now because they break in. They do break in really nice.
Well, I'm gonna use it on a bunch of stuff. Like I have some stuff here. I actually I'm gonna use it like a diamond file because it's gonna work. I had a customer that had new handles put on one of his knives that I made. And there's a couple spots where the guy that made the handles just didn't marry the stuff in. And instead of just doing it instead of taking it out to my grinder and running the risk of maybe taking off more material that I want,
do it nice and slow.
I'm going to do it nice and slow and just do that. And then I'm going to use I've done it before. I'm going to use some of my diamond stones, the fine ones, just to marry.
I do that too sometimes.
Yeah. So, and then
that works really good. And a lot of people don't realize that, like how much you can do with stones. Stones are so beneficial in so many ways.
Files, sandpaper, a rod. I have some. Do you know what I use when I'm contouring handles? I just bought a new set because I've got a knife I have to make. I've got the grinder here. You know those foam sanding blocks that you can get?
Yeah.
I use those because the nice thing is, like if you're trying to contour a handle, you can kind of mold it over. And knock the edges off and just
it's impressionable.
Yeah. So I just bought a couple of those because I got to make that knife. It's gonna have
pommel is loose on my mini fin. You got a response to that?
What is it?
On Native Wildman, he says his pommel's loose on his mini fin. You help him out?
Is that a rat tail?
That's what it sounds like.
A lot of those fin knives, it's a rat tail, and so there's a. Well, let's look it up. Hang on a second. You probably
just have to tighten it, right?
And FINN.
I sharpen my Maxima Pairs 3 on a ceramic.
Oh, okay. That's the case. So that's that case. Mini fin. I have my dad's here.
Can you show us?
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now. I'm trying to. So I just had to find it. So now I'm not as smooth with the screen share as you are. I don't have as much room. I'm using a milk crate as my.
Yeah, so Jared, you start setting up. No, I'm ordering Mason. I'll explain here in 1 second. Go ahead.
This is the mini fin. Okay. And so the problem with that is I have my dad's here. It's an old knife.
Okay.
My dad's the same way. The pommel's a little loose with the stacked leather handles. What has happened is your pommel's not loose. Your leather has shrunk over time. The only thing you can do with that is to just basically, I think if I remember correctly, about the only thing you're going to be able to do with that is make a new stacked leather handle for it. I think this is a wood handle on this one. My dad's is in the box and I've been looking at it trying to do the same thing. And you can feel like there's play in between the leather.
Let me ask you this, Mike. Is there any way without taking it apart, you can take like leather string and wrap it in between the leather wrap in the handle and get it to wedge in there in between, and then put some epoxy on it or something?
Well,
or no?
what I would do is I would see if you can't rehydrate the leather.
Okay.
Just soak it in some
Make it expand, basically.
yeah. Not mink oil, because if you put too much mink oil, you can actually have the leather kind of degrade. It'll get too soft and come apart. There you go. Patina Turner already said linseed oil. Just get a small tube, set it in linseed oil, see if you can expand that back out. And then once you get it good and dry, see if you can't put a varnish or something on the leather.
Yeah, a clear coat of some sort to trap it.
Or just oil it really good and get a wood burnishing stick. And after you get it good and dry, then you just polish the leather back.
Yeah,
up.
or some sort of epoxy, maybe.
I think my dad's is right here.
Chuck said it too. Yeah. But so yes, what I'm doing is I'm actually ordering a workbench. So I have, because I got my drill press and the belt sharpener. So I'm gonna order a workbench, just a regular bench, but with the backboard and everything, because I don't have one at the moment. So I don't want to rig everything. I want it to be a decent little setup where I have my belt, my belt grinder, my drill press, and my workbench for working on everything. And I'm going to set everything up. So I'm going to order that and then start. Go ahead.
My dad's has been sharpened down.
No, that thing looks brand new, man.
So, but yeah, it's got some play. Same thing. The pommel's a little loose.
Yeah.
But I don't know how clear you can see it. There's some gaps in that
Sounds
stack
good,
leather. Huh?
No, I was just saying, sounds good to chuck it.
Yeah. So,
BLO job.
that'd be the only thing I could think of.
Blow job. Patina Turner with the blow jobs.
But yeah, if it does expand and you get it, all you need to do is just, like I said, get a nice smooth piece of I forget what wood you use for a burnishing. It's not balsa wood, it's not basswood, it's another softer. And then you just rub it, and it'll polish up that leather. So
come on, Mike, that thing still has a brunt steel on the edge.
That thing, my dad. I think that was the first hunting knife my father ever bought, and it stayed in his butchering kit forever. It's still really sharp, and so it is nice because it's nice and thin for when you're butchering, like when you're hunting and you're butchering to cut around, because it's like a boning knife at this point. How thin it is, so you can get around stuff. That's why we always kept it.
My first hunting knife was I had a case, but I don't have it no more. Where is it? I had a Schrade. I couldn't remember the name. I had to grab another knife. I had a hunting Schrade with a bone handle, and it was
made in the States. Back when they were still made in the States.
Oh no, yeah, it was really badass. That was my first. That was the first knife I ever used on a deer.
My first hunting knife my dad got for me, he had the sharp finger. If you remember, that was the really curved knife with the jig bone handle, and it came down. That was a sharp finger. I had the little finger, which was a smaller blade, and it was great. My dad got it for me, and it had a little bit of thick, but it basically was like almost like a convex. Pull that up. I'll show it to you.
Sid says, I'm in the progress of rebuilding my workshop over in my mom's garage. Got rid of so much when I moved across the country a year ago. Yeah, moving makes it to where, man, you lose a lot of stuff. Some stuff you have to leave behind, and I get it. And I still got stuff in my mom's garage a couple hours from here I need to get.
I don't think I'm going to be able to bring it up full size, but this is the
stash.
Little finger.
You got one of the Magna Cup Pro-Tex? Nice. That's awesome.
So there it is. That's the sharp finger on the far right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm trying to bring up a, God damn it, this isn't going to work out the way I want. Here we go. So it's still basically the same knife.
It reminds me of the old timer.
It is an old timer. It's exactly what it is. It's an old timer. Hang on a second. I got to change Stop sharing that one. We got to share the one with a better picture.
No knife gets left behind.
Here it is. Here we go. So that's the old timer little finger.
Yeah. Nice.
And
yeah, I had the one with the trailing point.
So you had the sharp finger.
I guess, yeah. I had one of those, but the Schrade I'm talking about was completely different. It was just a hunting knife. I guess it could be considered a little bit of a trailing point, but not like a heavy trailing point. And then it had round bone handle, or not bone, antler handle, and it had brass, the pommel and everything. It was really nice though. I remember it took a ridiculous sharp edge. I'm sure it was just some simple steel, but it's what I learned how to sharpen on when I was a kid. We had a huge collection before we got robbed. We had a lot. Like at the time I thought it was a lot. I had like 56 knives. Yeah, I used to have one of those too.
Sharp finger. So they were so the sharp finger and the little finger were like brothers. The little finger was marketed towards kids. That was their first hunting knife because it had a lot more handle, easier to control. The sharp finger was more of a dedicated skinning knife for like grown up. My sister has my dad's sharp finger, and it's old.
Yeah, no, we had a bunch of those hunting knives, a bunch of knives. I think we had like 56, and then wound up getting them stolen. But man, there was some really nice knives in there.
That sucks. We had I didn't get any knives stolen, but when we had our house get robbed,
I've had a couple questions stolen.
The neighborhood we lived in before, it was out here in San Diego. There's not like bad neighborhoods. There's like a good street, a street that you just don't walk down that street. It's all just like street by street. And my wife was like, we live in a nice area. She's like, we live in a nice area. I was like, babe, criminals don't stay in shitty neighborhoods. They go out and they rob nice neighborhoods. But we didn't get a lot of stuff stolen. I did get a couple of firearms stolen, and I got one of them back. It's actually sitting here on the floor. It's my day-to-day carry around, to carry for self-defense around the house and all that. Because I'm really close to the border, but this is a nice neighborhood. But what they did steal, they stole, and I didn't give a shit about any of this. They stole my computer, but when they stole my computer, they also stole the hard drive that was with it, which had every one of the pictures I'd ever taken of my daughter for the first 3 years or first 5 years.
I've lost stuff like that. I know.
And the whole thing too is our house got robbed on my daughter's birthday. During the day, we were at SeaWorld with friends. And
usually when houses get robbed, it's during the day.
Yeah. And people are like, no, it's always at night. Bullshit.
It's almost never at night.
So yeah, we got that stolen, and then they stole our video camera. But when they stole a video camera, our videotape of my daughter's first trip to Disneyland, which we had just taken, or no, her second trip to Disneyland, was still in the disc was still in the player. We had just pretty much come back.
No, we had a guy break into our apartment, and my neighbor, who is a badass, he recently had gotten into a motorcycle accident and had his head split open, so he still had his head wrapped. And the guy was in my apartment, taking getting everything bagged up, ready to walk out the door. He had the shotgun taken apart, like he was like ready to throw it in the bag and like carry it on his back out the door. And he got like our coin collections, knives, stuff like that. And he got my PlayStation, shit like that from when I was like, or no, N64 when I was a kid. So you can see how long ago it was.
Yeah.
And the neighbor walked in, and dude was like about to go out the door at the exact same time when my neighbor walked in, and he jumped behind the door like this. So the neighbor just walked in, but then he stopped, and he's like looking around. He's like noticing like things are taken apart, like on the couch and stuff. And then the guy runs around the corner from the door and runs out the door. And if dude hadn't had that head injury, I guarantee he would have got a hold of him, beat him to an inch of his life, if not killed him. Like, dude, the dude that I'm talking about is a straight killer in real life. Like, seriously. So he would have.
Oh no, I know dudes like that. Like I have a friend.
Guy got away though, because
I've got some friends that are I've got friends that are retired Navy SEALs and friends that are still active Navy SEAls and shit like that. Everybody's like, you don't know SEALs. And I'm like, bro, you guys absolutely have no idea how small the Navy actually really is. Like you run into people and get to meet them and know them and shit. And I was stationed out there, and so you get to know these guys. Dude broke into this dude's house, and when the cops showed up, he had this dude like sitting cross-legged with his forehead on his ankles. And he was like, I know some of the cops, they were like, hey, you know that guy Ray? I was like, fucking Ray, yeah, the fucking dude from the SEAL base, one of the instructors. He's like, yeah, when we showed up, this dude was beat fucking senseless, and he had him sitting cross-legged, had him holding his hands behind his own back with his forehead on his ankles, and the dude was crying like a little baby. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like Ray.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, the guy I'm talking about, like you could just look at him and see, like, I mean, like all his toes, like if he had no shoes on, all his toes pointed straight up from getting crushed in like bar fights and shit. He'd been in every fight you could imagine. Like the guy was just he was a fighter, right? His whole family was, and he worked with my family, you know, just like friends of the family and, you know, employee of the family, and worked. But one of my dad's best friends, he's our roommate for a long time. But I seen him get into so much shit, and everybody knew him though, and everybody knew him as like, you know, somebody that was really dangerous. But he wound up getting in that motorcycle accident on a crotch rocket, jumped off of a curb, and a car happened to be coming right then, and he had no choice but to bail, and it dragged him down the road and just ripped his head off, like part of his head off, and they actually diagnosed him dead at the scene, but he lived.
He dead. I say he dead.
He told me, he's like, that's the last words I remember. They came over my body and they said, oh, he's a goner. Can you imagine? But yeah. Anyways,
I've got a friend that he doesn't live in San Diego anymore. I think he moved up north where there's a lot more fight gyms. There's a lot of guys that fight out of Hesperia, California. So he teaches he teaches Muay Thai kickboxing, like Thai kickboxing. Yeah. But he's also like a brown belt or a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And so I fucking, like I said, I know some of the guys that work the National City Police Department. And so this guy, Paul, not Paulie, this guy, Paul, he went to SeaWorld, and he didn't want to have to like park at SeaWorld. So what he did was he knew that there's a big parking lot right across from the one base there, the little alcove base next to this little breakfast nook area. So anyway, he left his truck there. He went to SeaWorld. He took the trolley and the bus and everything, so he didn't have to fucking worry about driving. He gets back, and it's like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and he's fumbling around trying to get in his truck, and he's got his keys, and these 3 dudes come up on him and pull out a knife, and they're like, give me your wallet and give us the keys to your truck. And so that's what he tells me. And then, so Paul tells me, he's like, yeah, I got in a fight. And so I found out who the cop was that responded. And I was like, hey, what did Paul do? And he's like, oh man, he's like, you should have seen the fucking mess. He's like, we showed up. He had kicked the shit out of these dudes. He's like, the one dude that spoke English was like, I knew we were in trouble when he took his car keys, put them in his pocket after he tossed his wallet in the truck, locked it, and said, boys, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. And then proceeded to kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's hilarious. It didn't Barn lucky he didn't taste cold steel. Can't brawl in Cali no more. Everyone and their mom is trained in jiu-jitsu.
That is no joke. You don't want to get in a fight in San Diego. Everybody out here, like everybody goes to some.
There's a lot of jiu-jitsu gyms.
Lots of jiu-jitsu gyms. Like I went to the boxing. My buddy ran a boxing gym. I would go up there and box. And I've taken martial arts. Like you can't fucking swing a dead cat without hitting somebody that's gonna fuck you up. You just can't do it.
I don't think that's a bad thing. That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
I just wish, which I know a lot of those people are more, I want to say less liberal, but not to get into politics or anything, but I wish it was more patriotic there.
Yeah. Hey, do you want to, since we're at the hour mark, do you want to do your giveaway?
Yeah, let's do that actually.
How do you want to do it? I'll let you figure out how you want to do it.
Well, which one do you think would be better?
I don't even know what they are.
A roach or a bag lighter mini? Both in my card.
Those are both good. I like the Roach. I'm glad they brought that back. That was a knife that they kind of took off their roster and then brought back. That was a good knife.
Tell you what, whoever wins can pick which one they want. Let's see.
That sounds like it. That sounds like a
They're both brand spanking new. I'm taking them out of the package right now.
So what we're gonna do is Jared's gonna do it. We're gonna run the giveaway. Jared's gonna. Yeah, that's a good knife. That is a good knife.
The N690, I think. Yeah, N690.
It's still, yeah. I mean, we know what the Roach looks like. That's a good
knife. There we go.
There we go. There we go.
And then I'll pull out the backlighter because I never had.
Is that in Micarta?
Yeah, dude. It feels.
When did they start doing that? Because the ones I saw were the one I remember was
They did G10 titanium. Now they have the micarta one, and dude, it is really nice micarta. Like it feels just like.
I haven't seen any bad micarta in a while.
Well, no, this stuff feel like it has a heavy fabric feel. And then here's the new bag lighter. I never had one of these ones. I mean, I have the N690 one, but this is that's micarta.
I like
it's really nice fabric feel. Has a really good feeling in the hand.
I love that mini bag letter you sent me that I sent back.
Yeah, it feels similar, except for this one has the that pattern.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, that was a really good knife. It got a really good review. I actually like the mini better than the regular.
It's such a good little knife. And this blade shape, man, for this size of knife, man, you can fucking get some detailing done. And yeah,
what character should you start with in the Elden Ring? I have no idea. I've never played it. I'm playing God of War. The 2018 where Kratos is in the Norse area. So he's in Midgard and he's fighting with Thor's sons and Odin. I'm playing that again because the God of War Ragnarok comes out soon. And I just want to refresh myself with the story because
before we give these away, though, I just want to shout out Mojave Outdoors. Definitely go and check their site out for Kaiser knives. You can use my discount code for 10% off Neeves knives at checkout. Neeves knives will get you 10% off at Mojave Outdoors. They've been supporting the hell out of Neeves knives, so we're going to do a huge giveaway for the 50K since we're past 52K now. We're going to do a massive.
God. You were at like 47 yesterday when I looked.
I know. I'm getting 20K per month right now.
I saw, what I saw?
Crazy.
I love bees, but I was kind of pissed. Like I logged in and I realized I was like, how the fuck does he have 8K subscribers already?
Who's that?
Bees Blades.
Yeah, I know. He's been jumping up there too.
I'm like, I was like, what the fuck am I doing wrong?
3 days ago, I was 3 days ago, it was at 4,000 a month subs. Then the next day it jumped up to 9. Then the next day it jumped up to 12. Now it is at 19 point something followers a month. But it's gonna peak off right now and drop. I know it's going to, but I'm just trying to catch up to old Metal Complex. If I can just
I'm not gonna lie, I just got since we started, I've gotten 20 subs and almost 1,000 views since we started this live feed.
You think
not on this live feed? Like I've got my analytics up. I was just happening to look at them. Just since we started in the last hour, I got almost 1,000 views.
That's awesome.
So
is that video helping?
I think it is. And like I said, I'm going to start doing it if you want. I mean, it'd be cool if we just all did it. Like I'm going to start trying to remember to do it in every video. Like just because I watch all your content. And I watch all of Cole's stuff. I'm just going to put a link to like one of his videos in every one of mine. If you want to do the same thing, we can help. We'll just push ourselves.
What is that?
Trying to figure out the algorithm. We'll climb it like a ladder and do it ourselves. I'll make my own luck.
Yeah, no, like I know old MC, he kind of, I'm supposed to be riding his coattail, but I seen what he did with this video. I know. And
that's I feel bad.
I love it. I love it. To me, that I like that shit. I think that makes me feel good. I do not mind you. Anybody can.
Well, I told you I was
I don't give a fuck.
I was upset when I saw you did the video about the gravity knife. I was like, God damn it!
I was not going to do that video. I literally wasn't even going to do it. 2 million.
That was the next video I was going to shoot. You put that up, and I was like, God damn! And then I saw it got 1 million views, and I was like, what a fucking cocksucker! Like that was what I was going to do.
6 days,
guys.
Hit 1.5.
Jared got me the other day. I was going to do a video And it was when I did the what did I say I was gonna do? I was gonna do the Spyderco catalog. I told you I was like, oh, I'm gonna go through the Spyderco catalog.
Oh yeah.
It was a good live feed. You're like, oh hey man, that's cool. That's exactly what I'm doing tonight. And I was like, I fucking hate you.
I didn't wind up doing it though. I didn't do it.
He was just joking, but he
oh yeah, yeah.
yeah. I was like, God damn it. No, I'm still doing my video. It feels like it's gonna look like I'm trying to ride your coattails, but the fact was I already had those knives out. Like I said, I've been carrying them because
dude, I wouldn't give a shit. Like I said, dude, I love it. I don't care about that one bit. I've told people, listen, man, if you see something's working on my channel, fucking do it.
Well, it's not you I care about. You know, I mean, you and I talk, guys. If you guys don't know, Jared and I, we haven't done it as much, but Jared and I will talk for probably an hour a week on the phone.
We were on the phone like an hour yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but also, like, we text pretty regular. I talked to Cole I talked to Cole on the phone today as well. Cole and I, did I tell you what Cole and I are going to do?
What's Contra?
Contra, it's a video game.
I don't remember that.
See, he doesn't know. He doesn't know up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start. He doesn't know that. That gets you fucking 30 extra lives. The Konami code. It's important.
Okay.
Actually, there's games that you can still use that on because there are so many game creators that remember the Konami games, the Konami code worked on. Some of those games were they were old Nintendo games. Some of them were incredibly hard. And it was a code that slipped out. No one was supposed to know about it. It was for testers to make it easier for them to get through so they could see. The Konami code now, there's games where it either gets referenced or you can actually use it for stuff and stuff like that. But
no, every game system I ever had, man, we got our houses robbed and I got them stolen. I never had a game system long enough to really get into them. But we got some now because, you know, Carrot likes the game, but
Well, so Cole and I were talking about it, and we talked about it in the feed. He was on with me on here the other day, and then I talked to him on the phone. We are going to go on Wish. So we're going to do a live feed like this, and I'm going to pull up a page on Wish. He's going to pull a page on Wish, and we're going to share them both, and we're going to take turns, because if I buy 5 knives on Wish for Cole, he's going to retaliate because I know they're going to be shitty. So what I want to do is I pick out a knife, I get it, and I have it sent to his house, and then he picks out a knife and gets it sent to my house. And so we're going to go through the shopping cart, and we're going to do like $50 worth of knives. However many knives we can get for $50.
One knife?
No, we're going to try and no. I said it's got.
You're going to get the $2 knives. I get it.
It's going to be a minimum.
And shit knives.
It's got to be like we have to have a handful. But you know, me and Cole, we're both from Ohio, and we like to fuck with each other. So we're going to pick out garbage shit for each other. But the caveat is, you have to carry them and do a video review of those knives.
I could do that without carrying it.
So what we're gonna no, that defeats the purpose. So what we're gonna do is,
you know what I mean? I can tell you how shitty this is without.
I know. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna order those knives, and then when when we both get all of our knives, we're gonna do a unboxing together live of the knives we received from Wish. And then we have to start working them into our channel to do reviews of the shitty Wish knives. Yeah, well, you know, if you should title it a certain way. Like when I did my Amazon purchases, the best, what was it? The most I bought the most recommended knives on Amazon, which I already knew they were shit. Yeah. I did the video to show people, like, listen, don't trust Amazon telling you what to buy. And I showed you this is what you should buy. Like this is for the same price. I showed like this is, you know, was $5. This is what you can get better for $5 or $15 or whatever. And that's what I did. I've gotten burned by Amazon so many times. I don't even we bought a faucet. When we moved into this place, Amazon. The landlord was like, he was like, hey, there was a problem with the kitchen faucet. And I was like, I can throw one in. Do you want me to just do that for you? And he goes, yeah, just pick one out, let whatever your wife wants, have her pick it out, get one, and then just throw it in, and just tell me how much it is, and just don't put that on the rent. And I was like, okay, I can do that. So we got the highest recommended faucet with the pull out and all this stuff, and it was a good faucet, and it had because the pressure here is not great. Yeah. So it had the pressurizer, so the water pressure is a little higher. Put it in, bro. 4 months later, that thing was falling apart. Yeah, the reason why is because what they do is they take it was rusted out. I'm like, this is some shit. They take what's the most commonly bought
and 5-starred. And what they do is they ask people to 5-star them when they send them to the, the people and shit. And just because it's the bought the most, that usually doesn't mean anything good. It means that it's the cheapest. That's usually what it means. Well, that's why I always watch a review. Watch a review and listen to what a professional in that field says about it. Kind of like Neeves, right? Watch a review.
You know what I do now is I go and I find, even if it's like 4 stars, if it's got 1,000 reviews and it's a 4-star, but if there's like 8 reviews and it's a 5-star, I'm not buying the 5-star product.
No. I'll just go look up from a professional. What are they saying about it?
Yeah. Okay. So the giveaway, how do you want to do it? You want to just do it like the typical pick a number?
However you do it.
Well, I was going to say, I'll let you do it because you're the one giving it away.
No, whatever you want to do. It's your show.
Okay. So let's see here. Did we decide which number, or they're going to pick which one they want?
Yeah, they can pick which one they want.
Okay.
You want to do like a number in the private chat or something? Or how do you want to do it?
I'm going to pick a number. I'm going to have a number in my head. I'm going to write it down right now.
Yeah, write it in the private so I can help.
Private.
In the private chat. Yeah.
So it's going to be a number between 1. How many people we got? 40?
42.
42. Let's go with a number between 1 and 100.
Easy.
Closest without going over wins. And I'm going to type this in and send this to Jared. So don't start yet. No one start yet. When I type the word start in, we're going to give it, how long you figure? A minute? Figure give them 1 minute?
Yeah, about,
Havoc, I said not yet. Okay, you guys are going to get disqualified. Like, this is how I'm going to do it.
You guys already lost.
You guys already lost. You put your bets in.
You only get one chance. Oh, wait. How many chances do they get?
1.
Just one. Okay.
I'm still giving out the rules. Stop putting in numbers. Jesus. It's like fucking trying to hurt a cat. Okay. Here's how it works. I'm going to type a word in. When you see me type go in the fucking chat, for fuck's sake, you degenerates, start your numbers. Okay, Mason, not yet. You get 1 pick. If you go over, you
only get your first number.
You only get your first number. No double entries. If I find a double entry, you automatically get your penis tied to knot.
Ooh,
tied into a balloon animal.
Yeah.
So here's
He's good at that.
I look like a clown. Between 1 and 100, you get 1 pick. After I type the word go in, if you go over, you're disqualified. Jared's going to help me find it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. And go.
Havoc, you see where their mind's at.
Yeah, I mean, they know me. So like that, I mean, knowing me, that would be a pretty good guess. We got a couple people.
We got a winner.
Huh? Really? Already?
We got a winner. We got a winner.
Who?
FPV Diva.
FPV Diva. Got it. 72. That was it. That was quick. All right, you guys can stop now. We already got a winner.
Everybody else who almost won, you guys suck.
Everybody else that almost won, keep turning in. Keep coming to my live feed.
Almost doesn't count. Diva, just let me know which one you want between the Roach and the mini bag lighter.
I'm not gonna lie, both of them are good. I had that Roach.
And if you like it was good, I might even give you a third option.
Yeah, I mean, Jared's
I also got the Harpoon here. Still in the box, another brand new one. So if you want to pick between the 3, you can pick one between the 3.
So the members, I've got a giveaway I'm gonna do this month for just the general, general giveaway. I started doing, so my members giveaways, guys, if you're a paying member and you're not already in that fucking Gilded server, you're gonna be missing out, because I'm gonna start announcing the members giveaway stuff and doing that through the Gilded server. I'm not gonna be doing it on here anymore because too many people complain like, oh, it's pay to play. I'm like,
congrats, Diva.
Yeah, congrats. Too many people were complaining it's pay to play and this and that, and that's not fair. You should give it for everybody. I was like, I'm not giving a knife away free for for everybody every month. I do it for my paying members because they support the channel. So when stuff comes in, I do have some new stuff that came in this month for the paying members. I'm giving away this month for the paying members on the Gilded server. I'm giving away the Ray Laconico Sirius in black G10. And
if you're ever short on giveaway stuff, just let me know.
I've got a lot of stuff here right now. Russell actually keeps me pretty stocked with stuff to give away from Artisan.
I got I'm gonna do for my Patreon members this month because we passed 52K. I'm gonna allow them to pick whatever they want off of Mojave Outdoors.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say from your collection. I'm like, I'm joining.
But no, whatever they want from Mojave Outdoors, no matter the price, pick what you want.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Okay, I don't like it either. But the fact is, it's a benefit that I give to my paying members because they support the channel. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have the green screen. We wouldn't have these fancy.
It's support of the channel.
Bro, check this out. Watch this.
Okay, well, we'll check this out then.
Yeah, my daughter has those in her bedroom.
Well.
Man, that's too bright. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, I can't stand it. It's too goddamn bright.
Yeah. Diva just messaged me on Instagram and send me your address. You said you want
Neeves
the roast?
Knives, not Knives Neeves. Have you seen that? There's a Knives Neeves on Instagram.
There's another dude. There was a Bill Neeves in my chat the other day, and I have an Uncle Billy Neeves, and I was like, "Hey, Uncle Billy," and I was like, "Wait a second, it's not my Uncle Billy." But yeah, if you want the roach, if that's the one you pick, just message me your address on Instagram if you have an Instagram. If not, just email me.
So no, I did I send you? I wanted to. I think I asked you about it. I'm gonna send you a link, or already have sent you a link to the Gilded chat, the Gilded server chat.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
So my whole thing is, what do I say? I want to have, so that's why Cole's in there. And I asked Jim Skelton if he wanted to do it. And Jim's having some health problems. I'm really worried about him. But I want to have it set up so that not just the members, there's some other YouTube creators so that you guys are in the chat too, because that provides a perk. You guys just wouldn't be eligible for the giveaways.
Right. Well, I already said I won't enter any giveaways. So.
Yeah. What is, I read it. Okay, let me read this. No, Mike, you read it wrong. Like, I don't want to buy a $25 membership to sell stuff or maybe buy stuff from a sale. No, I did set up a knife trade or knife sale area on the members server. So it's in there. And guys, I'm going to offer it to the paying members first, but I'm probably going to part ways with my Ferrum Forge Gavco collaboration Mako because I just don't carry it.
Wow.
There's only 100 of those.
I got literally 45 knives on the way right now of some heavy hitters, some really good knives. They're all brand new in the box, never even cut paper, and they are all for sale.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you can, if you would like, you're more than welcome to, once you follow that link, you can post them up in the chat server.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on them, kind of like what like LTK does, and yeah, they're, like I said, they're all brand spanking new, and so it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make a little commission off of them.
Look, Luke Cole's here. I haven't seen Luke in a while.
What's up, Luke? Man, but yeah, some of these knives are some really good ones, guys. So like some really good ones. Some of them are a bit expensive, but then there's some also, like, it's across the board, every type of knife.
I'm real upset with this. I bought this lapel mic, and it's a wireless, and it has a receiver. It works good if there's not anyone else here. It works great for live feeds if I'm by myself, because then I can move around and it doesn't. But if there's anyone else, I get an echo. And the other thing is, when I film videos, it doesn't work the way I want it to, because it will connect to my phone. I have the hardware, and I've done it, but it doesn't sound right. It still gets that weirdness to it. And I was like, you know what? There's not that much of an echo. I've managed to just like kind of get rid of the echo. But for some reason, when I watch a video and I listen to it as I'm editing, I don't hear the echo. But when I put it on YouTube, the echo fucking comes back. So guys, I can't do anything about the echo out here. It's just, we're just gonna have to live with it. I can't.
It's not, I mean, the way I hear it right now, you sound great.
Well, no,
I seen who was it? Casual Cutters just said, I love it when people complain about others giving things away and it being not fair. So
choke them if they can't take a fuck.
Well, I mean, you can't please everybody, man. You just can't.
No.
It's like when I did when I have the membership thing now where I'm
Yeah.
doing the membership lives. It's like I'm posting so much content that's free. Like you can't bitch that I'm posting content just for the members. Like
I've got to get with you. I got to figure out how to do that. I got to figure out how to do a members only live. I can't figure out how to do it from here.
I can tell you.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because that's something I want to do. And it's probably going to be, I don't know. Can I do, I wonder if I can do do them for my phone, because like, I want to do some sharpening live feeds while I'm because I've got
You
stuff.
can do it through your phone. You can do it through your phone.
Yeah. We'll have to do
You just
that.
have to set it up on your computer to have like a live that's going up and go through your things and set it up for the members only. And then you have a choice to let everybody see it and only members comment.
I've seen that. I've seen that, but
or only members can see it and comment. Now, if you do it open to the public where the public can see it, they can talk only if they donate. Then the members only are the only ones that can
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that because I think that would show everybody like
that you have it going. Yeah. That's why I was trying to entice people, like showing them like, listen, guys, this is for the members. If you want to become a member, you can join, but I'm not going to continue to just, I'm going to do like the first so many where everybody can watch, because I do want to entice people to become members, but not only that, I want them to see what's going on.
Oops. Hey, bro, you got to check this out. So one of my paying members sent this to me. This is mine to do with whatever I want. Check this out. It doesn't go back up. You have to.
That's cool.
You have to line these things up, and once you get them
light back in,
once you get them lined up,
oh, it's cool. That's pretty awesome.
It's pretty flimsy, and
I can see that.
I'm pretty sure that that's going to get broke soon.
Shout out to all the members in here.
The sheath is great. Say what?
Show your members.
You can't.
I said I can see all your members.
Yeah, I got K-Mates,
all your members.
Yoda Doug. Awesome. Yoda Doug, I need to get a hold of you. I'm gonna send you a DM. I need to get a hold of you about how you got that sponsorship, because usually channels that like I can't find any place that wants to do a sponsorship unless I'm at least 10K. I'm trying to.
What kind of sponsorship for what?
Just to sponsor videos. I do have a company that's willing to have me do
Rich
ads.
Wall trying to pay me right now.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't decided if I'm gonna do it. They want to do like
I'll do it. Send them my fucking way.
Yeah, they
I'll take any fucking sponsorship I can get.
It's not like they give you much. They're talking about like $40. You know.
Guess what? 40 bucks is 40 more than I had.
I agree. I'm just saying like that. I don't want people to think like that if you get a sponsorship, when you have so many subscribers, it's not like they fucking pay your rent.
Oh, no, I know
what I mean? They fucking give you we'll give you $40 for a 30-second ad, if you do 3 of them. So that equals that much money. That's how, and then that's it.
Exactly.
And they give you products to keep and to give away.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I have right here, I have an archery site. Oh, you would dig that. We talked about that. You've got an uncle. I'm sorry, I'm eating jelly beans.
No, I used to do archery.
I may actually, sorry.
I want to get back into it, to be honest. I love archery. I grew up doing archery. My dad was a professional. He was a pro. And he was a beast.
I'll show you this. This thing is actually really, really cool.
That's your boy, Raid Shadow Legends. I'm not gay, but 20 is 20. That's true.
Fuck yeah, goddamn right. This is here. I'll pull this up so you can see it. We're talking about it. I'm going to shoot an ad for this because I used to do archery, and this is a great looking thing. Hang on, let me share this. You know how you had the pin sights on a bow, and you had to range it and all that shit.
Yeah.
You had to know your range.
10, 20, 40 yards. Yeah.
Yeah. This takes that out. All you have to know is the feet per second of your bow. So all you have to mono it. So this sight comes. Hang on a second.
So if you're shooting 300 feet per second,
If you're shooting 300 feet per second, all you have to do is it's a V and it's got lines. And you just line up the vital area of your target in the V, and it shoots straight across. It's like the
awesome.
sights. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to come up, and it's not working with me here.
Yeah, I had a really nice Hoyt. I had everything on it, the silencers. I mean,
there you go. See that? So you see those sights?
Yeah.
So basically the sight, each one of those inserts, it comes with multiple inserts. So each one of those inserts is marked for a feet per second. Okay. And so you just pop it out, put it in, pop it out, put it in, and it comes with the whole bunch of them. And so all you have to do is you just take your bow to an archery shop and have them chrono it. So you pick out what weight arrow you have. Yeah. And so you don't have to ever have to figure out range. It's already pre-ranged.
That's awesome. No, that's really cool. No, yeah. The one thing with the adjustable sights, the one beauty is that you can really set it up, because you go to the range and you go to 20 yards, and you figure out exactly where to put your pin. Then you set it. Then you back up to 40 yards, set your next one. Then you're guaranteed. And you also get so good when you do it so much, you can tell, like, I'm within 30 yards. You know for sure. I'm,
Well, like I said, the nice thing about this is you don't even have to think about that. Like, all you
I get it. No, I get it.
Put it in. And so my buddy Dave is basically a professional hunter. Like, that's all he does. He hunts professionally. Mm-hmm. And he was like, there's no way that's going to work that well. It's never going to be as accurate as my pin sights. And he was like, bro, I got rid of all my pin sights. He's like, I do this for a living. And he's like, I switched to this sight. He's like, it's amazing. Yeah. He's like, he's like, and you would think that there's like a learning curve, like switching from one type of sight to another. And he goes, no,
nothing.
It's like, that's awesome. It's like, it's just almost like you don't even have to think about it.
I wonder what the price is on them.
They're not bad, bro.
No.
Easy V bow sight. I
know my nephew.
So an Easy V. Let's I'll pull up the price.
My nephews are big time hunters. Like they're hunters. And I forget what they got last year, but man, like when they told me how many deer they got last year, like it was mind blowing. Like, and how fast.
Yeah, Easy V archery. I'm trying to find.
They got their limit like within like 2 weeks.
Yeah, crazy. Those are pins. I'm trying to find it.
I imagine it's got to be at least like 250.
No, I don't think they're even. I don't think they're even that much.
Damn. I have a recurve. Yeah, I used to shoot recurve sometimes, but once I went to compound, I was stuck with compound. But I was doing like, leagues and stuff. My dad, like I said, he was a pro. He had fucking #1 trophies up the ass. He was really, really good.
Here we go. I found it.
He was so good, he switched to left-handed. That's how good he was. And if you know anything about bows, they say when you reach your peak, like where you're as good as you can get with your right, if you switch to your left, you will actually improve and get better. And most people don't do it because they don't challenge themselves like that. My dad did that, and he got so good. It was insane.
So these sites on their website are the site package, the entire deal is
$149,
$149 to $159, depending on what you pick. So you're looking at the entire thing. So you have the entire package, you have the mount, you have everything. These are your different ones. You can get different colors. And like, look, see, they come with the entire pack of like however many of those inserts. And so it comes with them. So it's actually really cool. And so we were talking about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot a video. I'm going to send it to him. If he likes it, I'm going to drop it in my videos for like every $100 a week gets you 5 videos or whatever he wants to do, however he wants to fucking do it. And he was saying when I was talking with David, he set it up. He's like, because for them to try and do it and go through as a company and go through like Google ads and stuff like that to get their stuff dropped and offered to YouTube creators, they actually end up paying a lot more than that. So that's why they're only paying you 40 because they got to go through all this stuff. If it just comes to me directly and I do it, then he doesn't have to worry about all of that. So it actually is cheaper than trying to run ads other places.
Yeah, well, like the one important thing, like usually, like depending on what the product is, they're looking for people that are going to have of interest, right? Like the wallet company, like Ridge Wallet, they're not going to want to go to, I don't know, TV people or electronics people. They're going to want to go to EDC people, wallet people, boots people.
Archery. I mean, I talk about outdoor gear, all kinds of stuff. I talk about outdoor stuff all the time. That's a pretty good. A lot of those interests cross.
Because like even with them, they wanted to know directly, like one, how many followers do I have? What age group are they in? Are they male or female?
You want the core demographic.
They wanted it. They wanted it because they're trying to, because what they do is they have an algorithm set up like, okay, if he has this many followers, then 3% are actually going to be interested, or what are 2% or whatever. And then they try to figure out, okay, so how much money can we pay him that'll equal out to our benefit? Then if it does good, they'll raise it.
Yeah.
It's negotiable on your second run. The first run it's the cheapest it's going to be, and it might be the same across the board. Just depends on what you can bring. Like with somebody like Mojave Outdoors, they send me products to give away and review, and I have the 10% discount code that I give out, and I do have an affiliate, so I do earn a percentage when people use it, but I don't earn it in cash. I earn it in Mojave Outdoor money, which I give away. So technically, it's a win-win for my channel because I can give stuff away, and I can buy up products too, review them and give them away, test them, whatever. But the point is, though, is that it's still a win-win for the channel, even though I'm not getting actual cash. But I am kind of getting cash because I'm getting Mojave Outdoor cash, which I can buy products with.
I've had people offer that before. It's not that I haven't.
Well, I like their products. That's why I do it. If I didn't like their products and I didn't recommend their products, I totally wouldn't do it. The thing is that I love their products. I love the Kaiser.
I've never had one, but working from home, I stop. I don't have to have my wallet all the time. A lot of times, I'm not.
Oh, I was talking about the Kaisers just now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Ridge wallet.
No, the Ridge wallet. Well, I switched. The Ridge wallet's the one that I haven't gotten yet. But no, I was just talking about with Mojave Outdoors. Mojave Outdoors, they sell the Kaisers.
Nice. Yeah. That's good. I need to
Ridge wallet would be cash money.
Yeah.
Like Vosteed, I got a little deal with them too.
No shit.
Yeah, but it's I've gotten the chef knife from them so far, and then the 2 pocket knives. But I got the pocket knives before I ever agreed on doing anything with them to see if I liked it. I'm not gonna fucking recommend something and make money off of it unless it's something I actually like.
Yeah. Hang on a second, because I didn't get to show this.
Because it does me no good if I recommend something to you guys and then you guys buy it and then you guys are all like, this is shit. Well, that just kills my reputation.
Well, and this is
a badass knife, man. It's fucking awesome.
Jared and I were talking about Kubi knives yesterday. I was telling him,
Kubi's killing it, man.
This is that one that Sharif Manganis designed, the 344.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one. I've been staring at it.
Okay, so check this out. Like, I was telling you, so I have the first Kubi I ever had. It was somebody gave it to me. It was one of the subscribers sent me a box of knives. So do whatever you want with it. It sits in my drawer. The only thing I use it for is to scrape stropping compound off my leather strop. That's the only thing I've ever used.
I got a couple knives like that too.
It was fucking horrible. And then you sent me the Raven, or not the Raven. Was it a Raven? Yeah.
The Kubi Raven. Yeah. I got a bunch of Kubis though.
And so you've sent me a couple other ones, and they're great. But this one, I think this one by far has got so far, because that is a really light blade because it's not very thick. The fucking action is nightmare inducing. Like, it drops and there's not much to protect you on this because it's flipperless and there's not much of a choil there. So when that thing drops, like, it wants to come down on your finger.
Yeah. Let me show you another one I want to send you. That's
Well, thank you, Greg Vanderlip. Guys, I apologize. I apologize if I am ignoring the chat, but that's what happens. Cole and I were talking about that too. When Jared and I get going and when Cole and I get going, there's a lot of times I just ignore the chat. Like we just get to talking.
Man, I have to find it, but the 321 though, the 321 is a CM design. That one's a reverse flicker and a top flipper, but you don't have to use the top flipper. The reverse flicking action is so good. It's a medium-sized knife, but when you put it in your palm, it's contoured. Dude, it's like hand melting good. It's really good for a small knife, and it's a I don't want to call it a Spanish spear point because it's a drop point. It really is. It's almost, it's like the in between a sheep's foot and a drop point. That's what it is. So, and it's just really good.
Patina Turner, I have not gotten to talk about that. Every time we talk about Sharif's knife designs, you ask me if I've gotten to see one of those, and I have not. As a matter of fact, Sharif bought this for me on Amazon and had it sent to my house. Like he bought this for me as a gift and sent it to me.
I got a Veloce. I'm trying to think of it. Which one is the Veloce? I got one. I'm just trying to think of it.
It's got a Mangana steel logo on it. You should be able to pick it out of a lineup. But no, this I had this.
I'm like brain farting right
really,
now. Let me look it up.
I haven't carried this yet to really be able to do a first hand pockets, but I am filming tomorrow after I get done doing recycling. So I'm probably going to do this. Guys, by the way, there is a video tomorrow.
Knife. Oh yeah. No, I got one of those. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I got one of those. It's a full titanium. I got her sitting right here, actually.
Yeah, you told me about it. But yeah, I have a video that's going up tomorrow. It's not a very long one. It's an unboxing. I had some stuff come in.
Right here.
Yeah. I want to get to see that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Cool.
It's thick, like meaning the tip. Like, dude,
that's what he told me.
You could stab this into something, and it's like a
like a reinforced tip. He told me that it goes thin and then thickens up at the tip.
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna lie, like it's designed. You could tell it's designed to stab.
Bro, if you ever get to see one of my custom stonefish, the stonefish fighting knife, I've made a bunch of them, and every one of them that I made for anybody that was like a SEAL or EOD or Army Spec War, any of the Army Special Forces guys, every one of them I've ever made, I leave more material at the tip. So when you're looking down that blade, it's actually thinner. I'd say maybe 1/4 of an inch. If you come up and you measured it at that last 1/4 of an inch, it gets significantly thicker. And then I just grind the edge even.
Yeah.
So it's thinner back all the way through the heel. And I just intentionally left material. And Elliot, the first time I was doing it, he goes, you want me to teach you how to line that up so you don't have that thick spot at the front? I was like, I know who I'm making this for, and I don't want to have to grind a new tip on that. And he was like,
what's up, Chris?
He looked at me and he goes, thinking ahead. Gotcha. Yeah. Good thinking. Good thing. He's like, so that was on purpose. And I was like, oh, absolutely. And so I was just not giving it as much attention all the way down to the tip. I'd kind of skip it. And he was like, that's good thinking. I got to $10, 10 whole dollars.
Cubo, what's up, brother?
Ready? Get ready.
10 whole bones. Have you seen the XL Goblin?
I have not. I don't know how I feel about those handles though.
Well, I mean, you can always just try it. It's comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I fucking saw this when he sent me pictures of it and told me he was sending it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about those handles. And then it came. And like I said, I haven't really carried it or used it, but I was like, good God, that's fucking comfortable.
I think you would think this is comfortable. Another one.
A lot of times I'll overlook things if it's comfortable.
Let me ask you something. Did I send you? I don't remember if I sent it to you. Did I send you the Convict?
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. I got the new one. You remember I sent you this one with the single stud, right?
Yeah. And I liked it, but I didn't like it anywhere near as much as the other one.
This is the new version with double thumb studs.
That was my
new sharpening choil, dude.
I believe we talked about that because you saw my video and you immediately contacted me, and I was because one of my complaints was that it was I only had the thumb stud on one side.
Yeah, when I seen that they had this, I got to try it, and I instantly bought one. $200. I didn't give a shit.
The Deviant is the one I like it. So you sent me that one and the Deviant, and I liked them both.
Yeah, the Deviant's great.
And
Those
but I
are my
like the
two-
Deviant way more. I like that deep, and that's the one you had force patinaed.
Right. The Deviant is one of my favorite Kaisers, and this is absolutely my favorite concept. This one, I got another one that I do really like. This one right here, the Predatout, but that one's my favorite. But the Predatout is a runner-up, like a second
Ooh,
place.
that's good. That's a good looking knife right
Let
there.
me move it.
He peed on it. No, I'm the one that always comments about peeing on stuff. Ooh, that is. You know what that looks like? You know what that reminds me of? There was a Reat that had a blade shape real similar to that. I can't remember which one it was. I can't hear you.
It's similar to like a Recenti, kind of, in a way.
Was it the Jack? Was it the Reat Jack that had that kind of
That
double
one had
scale?
the Didn't the Jack have like the razor blade? Or is it? No. Which one was
The
that?
Jack. I'm going to pull it up right now. Oh no, I'm not. I have to.
Or was that the Jack 2 or something? 2.0? Man, this fucking.
No,
I'm gonna do something. Let me try something. There we go. Yeah, no, this thing is gorgeous. Yeah, there we go. Now I got my camera working good. But yeah, this
Why
one.
is it when I pull up images, all it ever does is take me to YouTube videos?
It's got the Timascus clip. Look at that clip. You see that, Mike?
No, I'm trying to pull up a page.
Oh, well, go fuck
yeah,
yourself, man.
I see it.
Beautiful clip.
Wow, 11 comments in the. What's going on here? Let's see. What was the last thing I looked at? I can't keep up with the comments. So no, this is the Reat Jack. I'm going to share the.
Now I got my camera down halfway through the fucking episode.
3/4 of the way through.
3/4 of the way through. This was another good one, man. I love this subjugator, man.
This is the Reat Jack. This is what I'm talking. See how it kind of has that double
Oh
scallop?
yeah. I know what that is.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that, and they're really good knives.
Havoc wants a jack me 2.3 off.
That's something I'd like to say, but I'm not gonna.
This one, no, it's nice and comfortable, but it's also slim and it's not big, but it works. At least in my hand, it works.
Guys, we got like however much longer Jared wants to stick around, but I've got the magic. I have the magic device out. Because mine's not nicotine.
I know yours is not. And mine's not THC.
Mine is.
The T3000. I had the T1500, or was it the 2500? The little mini one. Reat, a Tashi Baruka design.
Oh, okay. I remember.
I had the mini one. They make a large one of it.
Yeah. I
gave it away to one of the Patreon members.
I didn't need all that. That was more than I needed. I have been overserved. So.
I haven't smoked. I have a technically a bag in the other room. I haven't smoked in probably 5 months. It's just been sitting in there.
I haven't
just in case if I wanted to. I haven't smoked.
I haven't been lately at all. It's just.
I mean, it's not that I wouldn't. I would. I just, I don't really feel the need to or anything.
No, I just.
What do you think about that Russ? What's the Russ? What's he talking about?
I have no idea. Not sure at all.
Is it a knife?
I would imagine. No, it's the two of us.
Have you seen the KU 2104 CM design? Is that the new CM design? I did see they're pumping
CM.
out a bunch of these budgets.
Who's CM? I can't think.
CM's a new company, or sorry, a new designer, but he's been doing. I got 3 of his knife designs. He did this one too. I'll show you really quick. This one from. He did this one, really good too.
Oh, okay.
Really good knives though, but he's got a little bit of a design thing to him that they're pretty similar across the board. I got a few of his designs. I'd like them all. He's the one who did that 3-2-1 Kubi. Really good design. I got another Kubi design by him. But yeah, no, he's a good designer.
I'm not gonna lie. I keep pulling it back out of the box. That 223.
The Rust is the CM designs. Man, I might have seen it. I probably have to see it again. Man, you gotta understand, man. I see so many designs.
The Tucson 223. Like I keep pulling it out of that box, bro.
I love that. That's
I got to get that one back to you. I know how much you love it. I
got two of them.
Okay, well then I'll just keep it here to however long it takes me to fucking get done with these knives. Then, no, that's a good fucking knife. I like some of those. I like some of those Jelly Jerry designs. I'd seen a couple of them before.
Some of them are a little crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say some of them are really crazy, but then I got a few of them, and I was like, you know what? I haven't really disliked any of the ones you sent me.
No, I got the ones I've tried a couple.
Jelly Jerry's.
He's got another Kubi that's really good. The Atlas, I think it's called. No, am I right?
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that one.
It's a big boy, but it's a badass knife. The 223 is by far my favorite one that he's done. I think he might have another one coming soon that's simple design like that. I'm gonna try because he really likes the what do you call that? The extravagant designs.
The artistic,
fantasy,
yeah, fantasy style knives. Yeah,
he likes that stuff, but obviously built to high standards and good quality. But the fantasy style, I don't. I like functional tools. That's why I like something like this. Where's my good one?
I'm right here. I'm looking for something.
No, well, something like this is just really good. It's a nice Warncliffe blade. It's built so well. It feels so premium, and the action is so good.
Like I said, I liked it. I just liked it less than I liked the Deviant.
But you didn't try this one.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'll like it. I'm looking for
no, I'm just saying that for knives, when you can give me a good, I don't care if the blade looks weird as long as it's a good functioning blade and it makes sense. It's kind of like this knife. This looks weird, but this thing is so good. It works so good.
So are you saying that you don't think that this would be useful?
If you got to take some pigs out, yeah. For one thing, yeah, it's great.
I bought enough stuff. I have friends that don't give a crap. Like I just need like one knife, and they don't give a crap. So they're like, this is what I'm looking for. Just order it. Tell me how much it is. And I always order through Knife Center when I do that for them. And I just get them something that's going to fit what they want. Just pick something out you think it's going to work. If I don't like it, we can always send it back. Right. And I'm like, yeah. And I rack up those fucking points.
Mm-hmm.
And then my birthday rolled around and I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I haven't gotten myself anything in a while. And I was like, well, I don't have any fucking money. And I was like, back in my head, I hear PDM. Hey man, we got points on that our Knife Center, on that Knife Center place. And I was like, oh yeah, I do. Bought it with points on Knife Center.
Just straight out of Dying Light. Right. Yeah, it's good for a zombie apocalypse. And I don't mind self-defense knives. I just want them to be good at EDC first.
Have you ever gotten to see one of these Heretic autos?
No, I don't think so. I try to stay. And I know people are in the chat probably gonna be like, yeah, right. I tend to try to stay away from stuff that if they can't get it. But like the things I get in for sharpening don't count. I'll show them on the channel like this, right? Nobody can get one of these right now. It's a custom, but you can get on his books, I'm sure. But it's not something you can just go buy. But I show it because it's in for sharpening. I'm not like reviewing it. But when I review things, you have the opportunity to stay tuned, get in the pre-order, do whatever. But like if I'm gonna continue to show something on the channel, I try to make it something you can get. Unless if it's just something from my collection, like say my Shuro, I'll show it. You can't get it probably, but you can probably get it on the secondary or something like that. But I like to show knives, like say the Civi Praxis, because you can get these all day, every day. Everybody,
like this one,
and I can link it.
you can't even get this one anymore because this is.
That's my
I
point.
don't think they make the Medusa anymore.
Right. That's why, like, to me, it's like,
I just didn't
because
know.
I would just get
didn't know if you ever
150
got to-
comments of.
I just didn't know if you ever got to see one.
No, I
This-
never seen one.
This one, even like it still has the old H clip.
For
They used to use that, huh?
What?
They used to use this H clip, and I like the H clip. It actually works pretty well, but it looks the Heretic logo. It basically is the Heretic Knives logo as a pocket clip, and I was like, that's actually pretty cool.
This is a cool little guy, man. This thing is so smooth. The
Which one is that?
original. It's the Kaiser original. It's brand new. I got some more coming, so I'm probably gonna give one away. But man, this thing is so good. It's so
Is that a button
smooth.
lock?
It's a button lock, but it's like it's so smooth, and the button lock is zero stick. They put this coating on there and makes it where there's like no stick at all. Stupid smooth, and it has this feel because it's aluminum. It's solid aluminum. The scales, so
Nice.
it's super solid. It has a very similar feeling to like the Protect Malibu, but with thumb studs and a drop
Oh,
on the blade.
that's nice.
So yeah, no, seriously,
that's a good look. That's a good looking knife. I like a
it
good
is.
button lock. When a
They
button lock
got-
is
They got a gray one and a green one, coming gray and black, and then green and black.
so
The
this
coating
one,
just makes it so good.
you know how a lot of autos, the push button autos, you can feel the grit as you push down. You can feel the.
Yeah.
This doesn't have that. We were talking about how smooth it is.
Yep.
It's nothing. I don't know how. Because like on a regular like a flipper push button, there's no tension on that. Like there's
Right.
a spring that's. I don't know how he did it because you would think there would be some grit because there's spring pressure against the lock that as you're pushing it down. It has to be touching something.
Murky, this is the Kaiser original. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
But I was just saying, it's like on a flipper, you don't feel it when you disengage because there's no tension on it. But this has actual spring pressure pushing up against it. It should mean that that's going to have grit when it slides.
Why is it?
Ooh, this thing's got so much snap too.
It's having trouble again.
Yeah, it loves your flag.
No, right now, like when I set up, I didn't try. I literally just set. Normally, I check my camera over and over to make sure that this will work really good.
Yeah,
But today I didn't know. I think I need it closer, like right there. I bet you that'll work.
yeah, but then we can see you so much better, and no one wants
I
that.
know, but I try. Still fucking with me. Give me a second. I'm fucking fixing this right now.
It has been 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 5 seconds, and Jared has been fucking with this camera the entire time. Just in case you're just joining us, I thought I'd let you know.
Got it.
Got it. All right.
Okay, so but yeah, it was my light was facing down instead of forward. Anyways, but no, this Kaiser original though, really sweet. It's got
Oh, I like that
aluminum
blade
scales,
grind.
154 cm blade. The button is super smooth. Like like I've heard multiple people say this too, so it's not just mine. Not even a hint of sticker. When you push the button, it's so good, and it's recessed. So, like, say if you're a lefty, you can put your finger over the button, and you're not gonna like stop it from being able to reverse flick. You can put your finger right on top of the button and flick it. That's really cool. The only problem is that they did not do a reversible clip, and it's got a beautiful deep carry clip, but why would they not take advantage of that? That's stupid. It's such an ambidextrous knife.
You know what? I can tell you why. Because even though it doesn't seem like it, that extra little bit of milling it costs to do that.
I understand. I just mean because you got to think like button locks for lefties. Lefties really like button locks because it gives them the opportunity to have an ambidextrous lock where it works out perfect for them, just like it does for us. So.
I'm gonna point something out to you. When I was a child, there were left-handed pencil sharpeners. The school had left-handed scissors. They had green handles. They made left-handed things for pretty much everything. Right now, about the only thing you can actually get left-handed that's built left-handed is maybe a knife and a chainsaw that you have to order special made from Husqvarna.
Well, Protect did protected some.
No, that's
Chris
what I'm
Reeve.
saying. The only things you're going to get are a knife or a chainsaw.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Every other fucking industry.
Yeah, that's true.
Every other fucking industry has said, why are we goddamn spending so much money making shit for 10% of the population?
Right.
It's not cost efficient. So the fact is, left-handed people,
Stop
sorry,
being stupid.
learn how to do shit.
Somebody
right.
said, I don't know if they're talking to you or me, but Willie Two Gun says, I've never seen you review any Koenigs. Any reason? I've reviewed them, so
I've done it too. I've reviewed a couple of Koenigs.
I reviewed the 57 and then another one. I think I reviewed 2 or 3. Well, a couple of them I've just shown, like I didn't like.
I did the Goblin,
but I did
the Goblin and the Arius.
I've sharpened them.
Huh?
I've had them in for sharpening. I've tested one. But anyways, go ahead. Yeah, and I did the Goblin. Yeah, I did the Goblin too.
I had the Goblin. I refinished that Goblin for that guy and made it Goblin colors, green and black on the handle. And then I also did a Koenig Arius. I liked the Goblin, but it was really thick ground. It was hard to get a good edge on it. And then the other one was I did the Arius, and I love the Arius, but the way the handle comes down so deep down in, and with me having really big hands, like triple XL glove kind of hands, I couldn't get to a point where I either had 2 fingers in it. I was always winding up like 2.5, and it just felt like that extra bit of pressure just pushed my hand up in, and it just didn't feel comfortable in hand. So I love the knife. It's an amazing knife. I wish that they had a different handle design so I could carry one. I would buy one. The action on them's great because they use that huge detent ball, and they've got it set just with just the right amount of like light lock bar tension. So there's just like frictionless action. They're fucking great. They do have a tendency to come with a little bit of a poorly ground edge, but you know, the big scope of things, I do that for a living. So I'm pretty sure I can fix that.
Yeah, if you're interested in the Kaiser original, go and watch my video on it. I do have it linked and a 10% discount code in the chat, or sorry, in the description. So if you do want to get one that comes in 3 different colors, the only one that's out right at this second is the black one, but the green and the gray should be out this week.
I don't know which one of you guys did this and went out and set up a new or changed your username to Flanders Leftorium and then come on and say, I own a store that only sells left-handed items.
I got some left-handed toilet paper I can sell you. A left-handed screwdriver.
Either if that is your already username, I love you. And if you took the time to go out, make that up and come back in to make a comment just for that, I love you a little bit more.
You just let me know if you need some left-handed toilet paper. I can link it for you in one of my videos. And like I said, screwdrivers, I got your back. What else? Water bottles for sure. Left-handed water bottles. Everybody needs one of those.
Yeah.
Left-handed toilet paper and a screwdriver.
Left-handed screwdriver. Yeah, that's fucking. Go give me that pipe stretcher.
It's so they don't have to change hands. Exactly.
You know what? I told someone one time, I was like, go get me a pipe stretcher. And the dude turned and looked at me and he goes, if he comes back with one, you're going to have to, I was like, where would he get one? And he goes, I was a plumber before my business failed and I joined the fucking Navy. Pipe stretcher is a fucking tool that I carried in my goddamn toolbox. And I was like, he's like,
we always just said,
you ever wonder what happened when you come in and you got a piece of pipe and it's got a little bit like they've screwed something up and you have to replace it, but you don't want to have to place an entire run. And that the only thing wrong is that just right at the mouth of the threads, it's crushed down a little bit. And I was like, I mean, I can see what you're saying. He goes, you invest in a pipe stretcher because it's going to save you a lot of work. So you don't have to run like a fucking 20-foot piece of pipe that you didn't plan on doing. There's a likelihood you're going to run into more problems. He's like, you just want to fix the issue at hand. And I was like,
we used to do form stretcher, and that
stretcher
doesn't exist. And one time, my buddy, I brought him on a job. He needed a job, so I brought him to the job. I was doing concrete at the time, and my cousin, you know, when he's on the job site, he's a hot-tempered motherfucker. And my friend kept asking him, "What should I do? What should I do?" And he's like, you know, he's getting upset now. So he goes, "Go get me the form stretcher out of the truck." So he's like going around the truck trying to figure it out. And then I look and I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm trying to find the form stretcher." I said, "Adam, get back on the job." And he's like, "No, I got to get this." I said, "Adam, he's fucking with you. Just go over there and shut up. Don't say nothing. Just go over there and shut up. And he's like, but and I was like, trust me, Adam, it doesn't exist. They're fucking with you. Ghost. And then finally he realized it, and he just went over there and shut up and just stood there, because it's like there's so many things like that's what they'll do. And if you keep asking too many questions, what should I do? What should I do? It's dig a hole 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot, and as soon as you're done, they'll just tell you fill it back in.
My grandfather used to do that as punishment.
Mm-hmm.
When I would fuck up and do something, he'd take me up on the tractor with a shovel and a lunch bag and pick an area that like, our farm basically was on there was like, you got maybe 6 inches, maybe to 8 inches of soil that you could dig through. After that, it was fucking compacted fucking clay.
Mm-hmm.
You know how hard that, and it's like
we have blue clay here, so I do know. Yeah,
it's like
blue
going through
like the hardest
concrete.
clay.
You're in there with that with fucking post hole digger and a shovel and trying to break shit on a spud bar. And I'm like, he comes up after lunch and he's like almost deep enough. And then he came back like right at, like 3 o'clock. And he's like, looks good. Fill it back in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Then he came pick me up. By the time I got it filled back in, I was dirty and I was tired and it was dinner time.
Eat up, yeah. But yeah, we about here in Illinois, we have brown dirt, so that's why we can grow grass and crops and everything. But you can, if you dig 6 feet down, when you get to about 5 foot, you hit blue clay, especially right here in this area, because Lake Michigan is held in by blue clay. That's what's, I mean, obviously there's sand, but most of it, like at the bottom of the lake, it's blue clay. It's so dense. Like when you're shoveling it, when you hit it, it's like you're hitting rock.
Yeah.
You can't help but when you chip it, like say with a spade, it just chips up a little piece because it's so hard. I remember when I dug, I know this sounds kind of dark, but I dug my best friend's grave. And when I did that, about 5 foot down, I got the blue clay, but it was actually 4 foot, and I had to get 2 more feet down. And it probably took me twice as long as it took me to get the 4 feet down. And dude, I was there.
Horrible. You gotta have a pickaxe. You gotta have a pickaxe or a
spud but when you're digging a hole straight down, pickaxe won't work. You can't get there. Can't use it. Can't do it. Not past 3 feet at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sucked, man. But but it was for a cause. So it was like I was like, no matter what I was doing it,
Yeah. Patina Turner, I know where you're talking about. I remember when that happened. Found Indian remains we actually found Indian remains and historical stuff when wall at the range at Point Loma up on the hill, the pistol ring.
Actual bones?
Yeah, they found actual bones, and then they found artifacts around. So there was a wall that fell down and like a bunch of dirt, and there was a while where we couldn't even run the pistol range up there.
Because of the Indian burial grounds?
Yeah, well, they had to put the retaining wall back up, but then they had to collect those items and in the proper way, and they had to be able to go out in a little bit to see if there was anything else. So as far as they kept finding artifacts, they kept digging.
Yeah,
and then once they hit an area and they were like, okay, there's nothing else, we can't see anything else. That's when the base was allowing the historical society to do it, and then some museum and shit, and so. Once they got to it, the deal was like, if you stop finding, like if you don't obviously see any more artifacts when you're cleaning out the ones you're finding, you have to stop. That way we can get the range back up and running.
No, Jay, I know I would have used like an auger or something, but there was a point behind it. The point was I had dug so many holes with this person, throughout my life that, after he died, it was like my last hole I was digging with him, was his grave. So it was a point behind it. But I never heard of, I guess Georgia red clay. I guess that's the same thing like Mississippi clay, right?
Clay is clay.
That's what, but I mean that red, because when you go to Mississippi, all the dirt is red.
Yeah.
Here it's brown.
Yeah,
I remember before I ever went to Mississippi, my mom was telling me about that. She's like, all the dirt's red there. I'm like, red?
Yeah.
Now I get there, I'm like, holy shit, the dirt's fucking red.
That clay, we have that blue clay, and once you get past the hard, have you gotten into any of the soft clay?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So and it's all slimy. But the nice thing was when my grandfather built that pond up on our farm, And we built it. We had the equipment, and it's half acre, 3/4 acre pond, and it's all filled. But we dug that all out, built the levee and all that. The nice thing was we didn't have to worry about how it was going to get sealed, because the entire area that we dug out, it was all that thick bluish black clay, and it basically waterproofs itself. So the whole bowl of it was just all this clay.
Yep.
And my grandfather was like, "Well, I ain't leaking."
It's that dense. It's so dense.
Yeah. And so we dug up a bunch of it and basically turned the inside of the levee in with it so that the water wouldn't run through, and then, piled it up on the sides, then put dirt on top of it, and then just filled it. I was like, he's like, "Water's not going through that, boy. We're good."
Did you drive a Chevy down there? I was talking
the levee.
I've definitely.
No, I didn't drive a Chevy to the levee
down Mississippi. Kansas clay, black dirt. No, it was just saying I've come because I'm lazy. Yeah, I've used those two so many times, man. I remember one time I used one. I had to do 18 post holes, man, and it was like the post holes I had to do was like near lots of ruts, and it had these arms. So like you'd hold these arms, but what would happen is as soon as it hit a rut, it would start going bam, 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 and like since it's like wrapping around you, it was literally like Mike Tyson giving you some shots to the gut. Oh my God.
Don't forget, I was doing construction, and we would do all the infrastructure and landscape stuff. So trees that went in, the big agaves that are in around the building, all the features, we would have to do that. And I always, because I'm a big dude, got stuck using the auger, because when we would be doing the big agaves and shit, I have to use that auger, and that motherfucker, you'll hit a root, that motherfucker try and spin you around, and
it'll hit you. It'll hit you. It'll fuck you up. I remember by the time I was done that day, my whole left side was all just bruises.
Well, it's got that safety bar on it, so that if it hits you, it turns off. But it doesn't matter. They don't work. Ours didn't work. Like you would want it so that like stops it before it hits you. No, it still hits you. Like the one thing I was like, God damn, I think it broke a fucking rib.
Right, the wrist breaker.
Yeah,
man, this is a good one though, man. I'm surprised you haven't tried the Civivi Cogent yet. Button lock flipper. The flipping action is so good on it.
Are you talking to me? I don't have money to fucking try any of this shit.
Well, I'm just saying. It does have a little bit of blade rock back. I did stretch the spring and it went away for a while. Now it's back. However, I got a bunch of springs and stuff ordered
for the button lock.
For button locks, yeah, button lock parts. I'm just gonna order a ton of button.
Oh no, I meant that's what the spring is. You're talking about?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love the knife though, man. It's such a good knife.
That's a nice, yeah.
It's I like that solid black. Comes in multiple different colors. They even got the half serrated ones, which I don't really care about. But right now, you know what I got on the way? I forget what's it called? The Conspirator. I think it's called the Conspirator. It's a new button lock with a fuller and a flipper from Civivi. That thing's gonna be badass. That's probably gonna be their best button lock yet.
Yeah.
I would really love to see them do the damn Elementum in a
flipper button lock. You and I both. I was getting ready to say that. I wish that they would make that so you can flip it
with the same. I wish they would do the same style, because if you know about like the reason why this thing is so rock solid, no play any at all, is because it's built on a liner with a disc on it. Yeah. So it's not like a conventional button lock. It's kind of like a liner lock, but it has like a disc on it attached to it. I'm sure it's not that strong and it can break under too much tension, but for regular cutting, man, this thing is solid.
Dude, that's what I was saying. Like I like everything about that except the fact it was just a
but you know, it's unique though, because think about it. All the button locks out there have a deployment option. It's kind of cool because when it goes like shut, it locks itself back closed. I kind of like that.
It does. It definitely does. But I like being able to do more than just like.
Me too.
But the thing about it is everything about that was great, and especially like the way they did the handles with the because I don't like lanyard holes. So the way that they did that lanyard hole up through, it was one of the first knives I saw that did that. Then Artisan started doing it on some stuff, and some other companies started, and I started seeing it. And I was like, okay, I really like that. I like that idea of having the backspacer so that you don't have the hole and just have something in there in that backspacer for you to go around without having to have a fucking hole in it. Because
I love the profile of this.
Yeah.
the ergos, the handle.
Clean. And that's what I was saying with it
spear
not having
point
a
hollow. I love this. It's such a good.
Was that one was in 14C or is in that?
Yeah, 14C, but they did such a good job with their 14C,
Oh,
man.
yeah, it's great.
It's so good. I can't believe how good of a job they did with this 14C. I did a cut test with my other one, and I think it got 223 feet of cardboard before it was stopped, before it was hanging up on paper. And listen, it was still sharp. I stopped it like right when it started hanging up.
Well, that
like anybody would consider it still super sharp.
The Civivi riffle that you sent me.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one
was
too.
out here because, so, you know, I get stuff come in all the time. I always got cardboard out here, and I had a bunch, and I sat out here with a bucket and just cut cardboard into that bucket.
Yeah,
I mean, forever. And I was like, eventually, I was like, it's gonna get dull. It's gonna get dull. And this is that's the first knife in a very long time I've had do it where I was like, because I was like, well, when this one gets dull, I'll switch to another knife. Because I test stuff. I just hate watching paper cut tests and cardboard cut tests. That's why you don't see me do it, because I don't want to have to edit it. But I'm out here and I'm going through it, and I was like, it's not dull. And I realized I was like, I'm out of fucking cardboard.
Yeah. No, yeah.
No,
I could tell right away they did a good job with their 14. You could
feel like you could feel it wasn't wanting to cut magazine paper anymore. And it would rip and tear. But when you would feel like I would still like, I'm still like, I would pull
a user edge.
Like, I can still cut with this. It's still sharp. It's just not
the geometry too. Geometry cuts, and they do. That's one thing you got to give Civivi credit for. They do really nice even grinds, and not even just even, but good geometry. Not thin blade stocks, good thinness behind the edge. Like they were probably like the first. I don't know about the first, but they were one of the first like budget companies where they were selling user knives.
Yeah,
that had amazing geometry set to cut.
Do you know what else? Have fucking you ever done a lot of cutting with a Sebenza?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, they're a champ when it comes like if you got to cut down cardboard. And it's one of those ones that, like, if you want to cut down cardboard, even if it gets dull, it still cuts. Like, even if it's like, they're like, that's pretty dull, but you're like, it's still cutting cardboard. It's not doing great.
Well, the beauty of those two is that technically behind the edge gets a little thinner than it does at the edge. Same thing with this. This thing is thicker right here at the edge than it is right here. Yeah. And you can feel it.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about a hollow grind. That's why they did straight razors.
A good hollow grind.
Yeah, that's why they did straight razors that way, because you maintained the blade thickness behind it as you would sharpen, because you got to, you're stropping and doing stuff. It keeps them thin. They cut really well when they're thin like that.
And it
makes it where the blade thicken up.
And it makes it where the first part of the edge, it inserts itself into whatever you're cutting, and then it spreads that material. You know what I mean? So like it's like a laser going in, and then it like moves.
Why you gotta turn it into something sexual?
It's it's what I do.
It's like a convex. A hollow grind, a lot like that, is like a convex, because you have that where it kind of wedges the material away from the inside. Right. So it cuts real. That's why a convex cuts so well, because instead of the V, where I did a short about this, the V, you're getting friction. It's touching that angle the whole time.
Yeah.
If you do a convex, it only touches to a point, and then it just kind of spreads away, and it's not following around because it can't, because it's like an umbrella.
Native.
There you go. It's like an umbrella.
If you're gonna get a Civivi, if you haven't tried one yet, the Praxis is a great way to go.
Brazen. Brazen was the
best.
I
was just gonna list
you last year.
The Praxis, the Brazen, the Riffle, the Backlash, and I think those would be the ones I would recommend. Now, if you're wanting a button lock, I can list a few different ones for that. But for liner locks, the Praxis, Backlash, Brazen, and Riffle. Can't go wrong with any of those four. Either one of those four, you cannot go wrong.
The Flipper Elementum.
Well, for a medium size, yes. If you want a medium size knife, Elementum all day. That's the best medium size knife, in my opinion.
It's not that much smaller than the Brazen. They're about the same size.
No, it's smaller. I got them both right here. It's a lot smaller. It's a 3-inch blade, so 3.5-inch Brazen, 3-inch.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
But, the button lock though. The button lock is a 3.5. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. That one.
Yes, this is a full size knife. Yeah. That's what I mean. If you're talking about for a button lock, then yeah, the Elementum, but it's only a button lock, so you have to swing it, or the Cogent, which is a flipper. But they have the new one, the Conspirator, that should be out in just a couple days. That fucker is going to be a winner. They also have the Altus, which is a smaller knife. It's similar to this size button lock.
Oh, that's not. Here we go. Moron Labia, North Carolina. What's going on, bud? I haven't seen you in a while. We always, Polly and I always trying to come up with Molon Lebe, and I was like,
Molon.
Molon
The
Labia.
pintail. The pintail's another amazing geometry. That probably has the thinnest geometry I've seen from Civivi.
I haven't seen the pintail yet.
The pintail, the only problem with it is the flipper tab pushes you back a little bit, and it's the same size as the Elementum, but the Elementum is more comfortable. So I would recommend the Elementum over it just for that reason. But if you're wanting a smaller knife, super slicey, badass knife, 75, 80, I think it's 75, 80 bucks. That's 35. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just waving at somebody.
I had to make sure you weren't waving at me because of my mic.
No,
But
no.
That's 35.
I didn't even think about that. I put the
Like
comment out,
10,000 behind the
pointed
edge.
at it, and was like, "Hi, I'm good."
What's up, Custom EDC? The Nox is very thin, but the geometry is definitely better on the pintail because it's like 10 thousandths behind the edge and it has a tall hollow. Like it's so when you touch it, you know that the grinds when you touch it right here in the middle, and you're like, if they went any thinner, they would have blew through it.
Yeah,
That's
when
the
it
way
feels, when you're pretty sure that if you
any
like,
deeper, you're gonna blow right through that metal.
yeah, it's just like
That's
you're
the
like,
way it
man, if I push hard, like behind,
Yeah,
this,
right. I'm gonna
push the
puncture
thumbnail
this
through it.
fucker. Yeah, that's the way it is. So that's but that's awesome, man. It's made to cut. That's a beast.
Yeah, but like, this is what I was gonna show you. Look here, I'll pull it up full screen. I showed this on Wednesday. The handles on this are just fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. No, it's nice.
I love that knife. And this was another gift from one of my paying subscribers, my paying members.
Yeah, EDC Oz. I got the one in my car to come. I think I have the green, my car to come. I can't remember now which one I picked, but can't wait. That's gonna be one of their best ones because that is a flipper and a fuller. So you're gonna be able to reverse flick it and flip it, and it's a button lock. And they've been killing it with their button locks. Civivi.
The Key Natter, you sent me that one, and I can't remember
the recurved Tonto.
Yeah, I liked it, but it was a little thick. It was a little thick behind the edge.
It has a hollow, but the front end is a flat. That's why.
Yeah. And it kind of didn't cut the way I wanted it to and expected it. It was a great knife. It just didn't do some of the, and I'm not gonna lie, it had a lot to compete with because I had already gotten my Norseman, which is a recurve Tonto.
Right.
And I was like, you're not going to be able to compare a lot of other recurve Tontos to how well this cuts.
The knife that I'm like super excited about, this should be here tomorrow, I think. Don't quote me, but my Spear Point Hollow Ground Magnet Cut 64.5 HRC at 10 thousandths behind the edge. Holy shit.
The reblade? Yeah, reblade. I saw you posted something about that.
And I'm gonna in the video, I'm gonna switch these scales. I got some new scales I have not showed you guys yet. You guys are gonna love them. I'm gonna link them down so you guys can, if you guys want to get scales for your 80/20.5s, you can basically turn your 80/20.5 into a USA made 20.5 because the scales USA made, the reblade USA made. You can pick what blade shape you want. You can pick what grind you want. You can pick out the geometry you want. You can pick the heat treat you want. Fucking amazing.
Patina Turner said he's getting the great weight in RPM 9. And then right after it, he says he doesn't care how it cuts. I just want one. I did the video.
Nothing wrong with
Patina,
that.
I don't know if you saw it. I did the video, the full review that went up yesterday or today. I can't remember which, but at any rate, it cuts really well. I really like that knife. It's probably going to stay. Like, I know that I know that stuff comes in and I probably should use it for giveaways. And I definitely don't need to be collecting any more knives. But that one kind of hit that sweet spot of like, all right, this is cool enough that it makes me giggle.
Yeah.
It's probably going to stay here.
Yeah, Sid with the Civivi Anthropos. Yeah, they don't really, to be honest, Civivi doesn't really make a bad knife. Any one of their knives, good geometry, great cutters, great action, solid build. Everything's great about them. So that's why they are right now my most recommended budget knife. If anybody asks me what budget knife should I get, I always say you can't go wrong with any Civivi. And this is the most important part too. They actually do good heat treats.
Yeah. Well,
they do fucking great.
You got to remember, it's
basically geometry, good heat treats, thin behind the edge. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's the same. I mean, we should just basically say it's We Knife Company. It's their budget brand. They're like the same people that are doing the heat treat on their $600-700 knives are the ones that are doing it on their $40-50 knives. And it's not like it's coming off the same line. It's just a little bit easier assembly. It's a little bit cheaper materials. It's steel liners. It's not titanium.
The best 20 CV I've seen this year has been on a We Knife.
Yeah. Is that the kite fin?
No, this one is the subjugator.
Oh, okay.
It is so good. The heat treat.
You know what? I was so disappointed. You sent me that We Kite fin, and I just
this is a large knife. The kite fin's small.
Well,
this is a full-size knife.
It was too thin, and it was just too. It just wasn't. But then when I got to the blade, I was like, I wanted to like it.
It's so thin.
Much,
yeah,
because it was so thin and it was hollow and it cut so well. But just the way the handles were,
it's not for like heavy duty cutting. It's for light duty EDC. It's a very slim light duty knife.
But if you're gonna have a knife that's real thin this way, you got to have it wide this way to account for that. And it just they didn't. And I was like, man, that's uncomfortable to do much cutting with. And I was like, but that sucks because the blade is so perfect. It is. It's so good.
This thing is so sticky. It's like it's so sharp, and it holds it so well.
Colt. Their 20 CV is great.
Yeah, so good.
React. Now, you know the only thing that I think compares when you're talking like 20 CV M390, the M390 that React does, the way their heat treat is.
Yeah, they do a good job too.
And 20 CV and M390 feel a little bit different because the fact is, Bowler Udelholm is on like their 5th generation of the technology for the powdered metallurgy.
Mm-hmm.
And here in the States, the guys that are making 20 CV, Niagara Steel, they're on like their 2nd gen. So they haven't really figured out like how fine the particles need to be, how the mix needs to be, exactly how they're going to deposit it and stuff like that. And, what pressure, what temperature to roll it comes out perfect.
Mm.
So that's why M390 just feels like a more refined edge than 20.
I don't know. So I think it just depends. This is 20 CV. And like I said, out of all the M390 and 20 CV I felt this year, this has been the best by far. But, but it does depend though. It just depends.
Like I said, 20, and that's what I was saying. It depends from knife to knife, and that's one of those things like the little inconsistencies in 20 CV.
Mm-hmm.
M390 is always good. Like there are no
I don't know. I've had some bad M390 too.
On heat treat.
It depends on the heat treat.
You'll have knives that are all heat treated the same in 20 CV every once in a while, and there'll be some inconsistencies and differences and stuff like that.
The Teton Tickler? Is that a joke?
The Teton Tickler.
What is that? The titty tickler?
Check out one. No, it's up here. Check out this one, Civivi's Teton Tickler D2 fixed blade.
Murky, go on my channel. Go on my channel and you'll just scroll down my videos. I posted it probably like a week ago. The Kaiser original. You'll see it in the thumbnail. The thumbnail will be like a close up of like this, of this part, and you can't miss it. And in the top of the description, you'll see Mojave Outdoors. Shout out to Mojave Outdoors. You can use my 10% discount code or just type in Mojave Outdoors. 10% discount code is Neeves Knives, and you'll save yourself 10% off. If they're not available, just keep looking. They're like about to be in stock.
Or you could go to Jared's channel, pick out the knife you want, and use my affiliate links and pay me because it's my goddamn channel.
Do you have a Mojave affiliate account?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
But I bet you can find most of the stuff on Amazon.
Well, not that one yet. That's brand new.
I know. I'm kidding. Yeah. Bro, I'm kidding anyway.
Otherwise, I would rather use my Amazon affiliate.
This is the Civivi Teton Tickler. It's their fixed blade in D2.
Oh. It's a throat tickler. I get it. I like the Bellamy. You got cue ball.
I'm not sure how I feel about
no,
that
the
one.
Bellamy's awesome. Yeah, I got one sitting right here. The Bellamy's great.
That's
This
a nice
thing
looking
is
blade.
So smooth. Look at that. It's a
Which one was the one? There was a
guillotine.
while back you said you were going to send me a front flipper that I would have no problem with because your old lady could do it, and you didn't.
Yeah, no, well, this one's one of them, but I have this one. This is the one.
I just can't remember which one.
I got it right here. Yeah, I'll send it to you. But no, this one is definitely one you will definitely not have a problem with. But no, this is the easiest front flipper in existence.
That looks nice. Oh, I'm a sucker for compound grinds too.
Yeah, dude, it's a guillotine, but the front flipper, they do the best actual.
Your hair is in perfect focus.
Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud.
Looks amazing.
The jimping is the perfect type of jimping.
Yeah.
And it's tall where it's so easy to get to. You can even do like the wrap around. You can do anything.
Cool.
You can do the flick like this. It's just so easy.
My problem a lot of times isn't like the action. Sometimes I get on the lock bar.
Put your fingers on the lock bar. Don't matter.
But on this one, because the liner lock, I don't have a problem with it. But the big thing is with my hands being as big, I get into it winds up in a position where it's just so far back in my hand that it just feels like it's going to fly out of my fucking hand.
That's why I have an issue with this one.
I'll take a front flipper if you don't put it on it. Just give me a thumb stud. I'm fine with a thumb stud.
I'll send you this one too, because this one's another one that's the same thing. It's just so good. So easy to use.
Yeah.
This one, though, if you don't want to use a front flipper, you have a flipper and a reverse flicker. It's 156 forms of deployment if you have an imagination. That's a fact.
Yeah, you guys don't want to know what I just thought about all those things. I was like, do I have an imagination? I'm like, okay, I'm not sleeping tonight.
I still like the Elementum fixed blade. Yeah, the Elementum fixed blade's great.
I got to see it.
Still got it. Both the Nightshade and the Bellamy, they're great. Yep. Yes, they are. Both of them.
Did I tell you the story? Did I tell you the story about my knife getting entered into best tactical knife?
What's up, Shane? Sorry, go ahead. Best tactical knife? You're talking about
so they entered the sea snake.
Oh.
So at Blade Show West, they entered my knife, the sea snake, the little sea snake, as best tactical knife. And I was like, guys, why would you do that? And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, Bob Terzuola has a knife entered in that category.
Yeah.
And they're like, so? And I'm like, okay, I don't know if you know how this works. Everybody
He's
already
the king
knows.
of tactical, motherfuckers.
I was like, so I'm telling, and they're like, so what's that mean? And I was like, that means I'm not gonna win. And they're like, oh man, don't sell yourself short. And I was like, it's Bob fucking Terzuola, bro.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing there, and there's other people are like, oh yeah, Bob put a knife in. He's like, we didn't even enter our tactical knife. And I'm like, see? And so that night they did the judging, and everybody was texting me or like, are you gonna go for the judging and see if your knife won? I was like, no. And so I woke up and I get to the show the next day, and I was filming like the empty venue and stuff. And a couple guys came up there and were like, hey, did you go look and see if your knife won? I was like, I don't have to go look to see who won. And I was like, they're like, why? I was like, it's Bob Terzuola. I'm like, well, how do you know there was a lot of knives? I was like, go look. And it was,
I just got a Bob Terzuola, and man, I'm so
but so they come back, and it was Bradford.
Bradford won it?
Bradford, no, it's Bradford Knives. I can't think of his name.
Oh, the Terzuola design with Bradford.
And he comes, I was like, I know who won. It was Bob Terzuola. And he goes, because his knife was entered too, one of his knives. And he comes back, and I was like, who won? And he goes, Bob. And I was like, I fucking know. Come on, man.
Yeah. No, he's the king of tactical.
I've been talking
actual tactical.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Bob on the show here before too long. I want to get it, and I need to go up and see him.
They're doing soon, man. I'm not to be dark or anything, but he doesn't have that much.
Well, that's what I was saying. I need to get up to his shop. I haven't seen him. I saw him at the show, and I was like, it was so good to see him at Cali Custom Show. If you watch the Cali Custom Show video, you see.
No, I've seen that. Yeah.
And we're giving Bob, and we gave Bob. We're talking to him, and I was like, we had a bottle of whiskey in the backpack. And I was like, Bob, you want a drink? And he was like,
yeah, why not?
I believe I will have a drink. And I was like, so I poured him a drink, and we ran into him later. And I poured a drink. I was like, do you want another? And he goes, yeah. He's like, that's pretty good. We had rye whiskey, and he'd never had it. He was like, He's like, that was pretty good. He's like, that's a pretty solid beverage. I do believe I'll have another. He's reporting another one. Me and Nico were talking to him. And a little bit later, I was telling someone, I was like, yeah, we had a drink with Bob. And they're like, really? It's like, I didn't even know Bob drank. I was like,
he doesn't.
Does Bob drink? And everybody was like, I don't know. And then I was talking to one of our mutual friends, and he goes, Bob will drink occasionally. He's like, he'll have a craft beer. And I was like, I've never seen him drink whiskey. I know that. And he was like, oh, he doesn't usually drink whiskey. And he was like, I was like, yeah, we asked him if he wanted a drink. We poured it for him.
Next thing you know, Bob's running by. Whoa!
And so this guy looked at me. He goes, well, let me ask you another question. He's like, was Sue there? And I was like, no. And he goes, that's why I had a drink.
He drinks then.
And I was like, oh, okay. So Bob's wife, Sue, is great. But I was like, that was the funniest thing. I was like, he was like, wait, was his wife there? And I was like, no. And he goes, that's why he had to drink a whiskey.
Listen to this sound, man.
Which one is that?
This is that XL.
Okay, yeah, you're going to have to send it to me. I like that.
So good. And it's large, man. It's the XL bag lighter button lock. But it's a White Mountain Knives exclusive. So it's got the brown micarta. They're the ones who did it, so you can't get it anywhere else. So it's not like the other bag lighters.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send it to me. I like the way that sounds. That sounds good.
Sounds great.
Oh, did I tell you guys that I had to do a repair job because I was messing around? I knocked the tip off the secondary point off my Norseman the other day.
How'd you do that?
I was cutting some stuff and I set it down and I didn't close it. And as I was moving, I had fucking gotten the adhesive on some bubble wrap. I had gotten it on my elbow and I pulled the whole sheet and it bumped the knife that was sitting on my workbench and it fell off and it landed straight down on that fucking secondary point. And you can see where it clattered around. I've got some scuffage of the. So it bounced around and I picked it up and it didn't. I was checking the tip. I was like, oh man, okay, we're good. And then I was like, shit.
Did I tell you how I cut the nerve on my right hand thumb? Yeah. No, well, I have my left-handed thumb from the Rockstead. Did I tell you about the right-handed one?
No, I just knew the Rockstead.
So I have, what is it, Hazakura? Yeah, the Hazakura. It's a Concept Hazakura, beautiful knife. I had it up on the knife shelf thing. I decided to fold them up because Kara made a comment. She's like, isn't it kind of dangerous to have them open like that? I was like, maybe you're right. So I folded them up and I had them all folded up. They're all nice. They're all sitting there pretty. This one, though, folded up, when you put it on there, it slips off. So when it slipped off, I caught it, right? And I put it back up there, thinking it was just me, slipped off again. And right when I went to catch it, as it was falling, it must have hit the flipper tab, went like this, opened up, and got me. And it cut me good, like real good. And I knew it was a nerve because you know how when you don't feel it, but you feel it burn? Yeah. You feel that shock almost like you got electrocuted.
Yeah,
that's what happened. Bro, and yeah, so I still don't have it.
I had to have surgery when I fucking did that helicopter thing and was in a splint for forever.
So no feeling on the top of my thumb here, no feeling on the bottom of my thumb here. That's what you get when you play with knives.
So I've had 2 shoulder surgeries and they did them on different areas. And so the nerve that runs down your hand. So after the first surgery, I lost a lot of feeling in my pinky and some of the feeling in my middle finger, and it started to go away. I had the second surgery and I lost a bunch of feeling in my index finger and my middle finger. So I got nerve damage in this hand and I can't tell when I've got a hold of something sometimes. That's a good looking knife.
Yeah, dude, it's a beautiful knife. They make different versions too. They don't just make this version. They make an all black one with carbon fiber.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at how slim it is too when it's in the handle. It's like perfectly in the blade is perfectly in the handle.
It's a good looking blade. I like that blade. That's a good looking blade.
Yeah, good action too. Super smooth. That's the one thing with these concepts, man. They do have their action done. Yeah, that's the Concept Hazakura. But like the Convict, man, it's so glassy. It's like it's on oil or like oiled glass.
I think that's
even better than a lot of these other knives that have amazing action. Like they're even superior to those. Not all of them, and I'm not considering their budget knives, but they're high-end knives. Even the Prada tout, same thing, man. This thing, it's like it's on wet glass.
Yeah. That
So
you
similar.
sent me that convict, and it was not as good in my opinion as the Deviant.
Yeah, I like the Deviant better too. For this
action, but the action on that the convict you sent me was glassy as shit. I was like, good God, that's smooth.
Yeah. This one though, the other convict, the new and improved one though, that's a tough one for me to pick between the Deviant and this new convict. Like before, hands down the Deviant because it has the double thumb studs and it's glassy smooth too. It's the same way. Between the two, man, like I could flip a coin. But I'd probably, to be honest, I'd probably pick the convict just because it's $200.
Well,
They both have badass names too.
Yeah.
The Deviant and the convict. Fuck, I'm a little bit of both.
I don't know. I would have to say because I'm a sucker for that little bit of weighty brass. I'd have to say.
Well, this one's full titanium, no milling.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but
I know what you mean.
It's just that it
looks good.
Yeah, it looks. It's like the Grazioso. Like even though that high end Grazioso looks cool. I would still take. I'd still take the lower rent version because it looks better.
Somebody says it looks like the Snafu.
I thought it looked like the Jack, the React Jack.
I think it looks like the Recentes, the Snafu. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I really like because this one comes in different versions too. It also comes in a Tonto version, similar to, and I did hear that he actually designed. With the swedge, like where it's like where the Tonto is basically like a swedge on the front. That's the way, like I guess it'd be like a convex Tonto. That's the way he did the Tonto. So it has the drop point, the Tonto, titanium and S35, and then a blacked out version, and then the Damascus and Timascus.
Sweet. Molon Labia, North Carolina, said, big facts. I'm a deviant convict.
Yeah, we got something in common.
Every time you say that, like I hear you say convict, all I can think of is 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. Get in a car, convict.
Yeah.
I love that movie. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to watch it tonight after we get done.
That's a good one. I grew up on that movie.
Do you want to go at just want to run it through for another 20 minutes?
Sure.
And then end at 3 hours? Because I got news for y'all. I haven't gotten much goddamn sleep this week.
I
was telling the guys in my live chat, my mother, being a tough old bird she is, she's had so many neck surgeries. Sometimes if she turns the wrong way, the structure that they've built in her neck, the titanium rods and all that shit, it puts pressure on like blood vessels and a nerve, and she passes out. Ooh. She fucking turned her head too fast, fell down and hit her head on the bed frame.
Oh man.
And just blood everywhere. They took her to the hospital. They had to take her to the hospital. She wound up coming home. She's got this bandage that runs all the way down under her head.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, here's the funny thing. Like my mom was adamant. She's like, I don't need to go to the emergency room. I don't need to go to the emergency room. My sister was like, you're going to the emergency room. They get there and it was a superficial cut. They didn't even see her. They're like, we'll put a bandage on it and send her home. Because we can't even stitch it. And I was like, I'm like, knowing my mother, I guarantee it's been 4 straight days of, I fucking told you I didn't need to go to the goddamn hospital.
Yeah, Chris's grandma, she's in the hospital. She just had a spill herself, so prayers to her. I think she's starting to do better now.
Talking about cue ball?
Yeah, his grandma. I think she's about to get out now, but yeah, she took a spill.
Well, that's sad to hear.
Yeah.
I talked to Chris and I did.
My grandma passed away.
When?
Well, this was a couple of years ago. But I'm just saying she fell and hit her head. Got an aneurysm in the brain and everything.
I'm worried about. If you watch Jim Skelton's Facebook post, he was talking about he got in a car. Because sometimes he posts stuff up that he doesn't post on Instagram. And so he posted on Facebook that he was out and he was driving, and all of a sudden he got this like pain and like tunnel vision. He was super dizzy and just felt like pressure in his head. And it really didn't get any better. And he had to like get back around and go home because there really wasn't any place for him to pull over. And then like for the last 2 days, he's been dizzy. It just feels like, he says, feels like, you know, when you're upside down, when you stand on your head and that pressure.
You're going to explode.
Yeah. And he's like, that's what it feels like. And I'm like, good God, man, get yourself to the fucking doctor. I hope you don't
for sure. Oh, Chris, I'm glad to hear that, man. Good for her. Good for her. She's back home. She's back home. Good. And Patina, I see Patina said hers too. Yeah, it's pretty common when you get to that elderly stage. Malone says, that's wild. She's rocking that titanium gear.
Yeah.
Your grandma? Or your grandma.
So my mom,
your mom. Sorry, your mom.
Yeah, my mom has had 3 back surgeries and 2 neck surgeries. And she was a bunch of cars, but they've put titanium. They've put all these titanium rods in her back to fuse her spine to help for it, because that way it keeps it from degenerating.
All right.
And so it's so much that when she got her first iPhone, they were going to set her up an email address just for her phone.
Uh-huh.
Her email address is mytitaniumspine at hotmail.com.
My dad's whole back was titanium because you know he broke his spine. Can I ask you something? Who is Lugermonger? Do you know who that is? I get told every day in my comments, like I literally get asked this all the time. Like at first I got like probably 30 comments of, are you Lugermonger? Are you Lugermonger? You're Lugermonger. Sounds like Lugermonger. And I'm just like, and then finally I'm like, who the fuck is Lugermonger?
There's a dude that has, it's either a channel or a podcast. I don't remember what. Yeah. I thought it was you at first too.
I think he might have had a knife channel and stopped it or something. I don't know, because everybody says that like he disappeared and that I sound just like him. I'm like, no, I'm not Lugermonger.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, you fucking do sound like him.
I wouldn't know, but I'll have to check it out. But somebody finally told me, like, because I'm like, who the hell is this Lugermonger? And somebody told me, like, oh, he disappeared. He had a knife channel or had a channel. I'm not positive if it was a knife channel, but he said they said he had a channel and he just disappeared. And then here you are now.
So what happened is we're right now, Eddie and the Cruisers was Lugermonger. This is Eddie and the Cruisers 2.
Right.
Right? Where you remember he came back and he was singing
the 2.0 version.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve?
That was a good couple
Googling
movies.
Lugermonger.
If you guys haven't ever watched it, go watch Eddie and the Cruisers 1 and 2. It's about a dude that fakes his own death. He's a musician. He's a rock and roll musician. And then he in part 2, he comes back and he's singing with some other band and then reveals that that's what I was saying. Like I'm waiting on Eddie and the Cruisers 2, which is when you come out and reveal that you're actually Lugermonger.
Right. Come on, reveal. I got you, fuckers.
I got you, fuckers.
I don't know why anybody. I don't know how many followers he has. So I
have all the subs.
But I've seen so many channels. Like they must get like some type of promotion in their job that doesn't permit them to have a YouTube channel or something. But it's crazy to me how so many people will have like a channel that's doing well and is growing, and then they'll just disappear.
Well, do you remember not Metal Complex, Metal Effort?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So Metal Effort, I actually know him. He lives here in San Diego. I've run into it a couple times. I got his phone number. He actually had his YouTube channel, but he works for Apple.
So he had to stop it?
No. So one day he was in their break room. He was working. He's a tech. He's one of the geniuses. And he pulled a knife, just like a pocket knife, out of his pocket to cut a bagel. And somebody reported it and threw a fit. And the only thing he's allowed to use is like a flimsy plastic. And he was like, the whole thing is, if I can't carry a knife, I can't review it. He's like, I'm there more than I'm at home. He's like, basically, the only time I would carry a knife is while I'm there, when I'm working, because he works all the time.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't work at a job like that. I seriously wouldn't. Anybody who knows me too knows that I mean that.
I wasn't. They yelled and screamed and hollered because I carried a knife when I worked at the security department because I was admin. They're like, you don't need that. Like, you just got. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm carrying a goddamn knife.
Right. To me, like I have like these things, you know, like there's certain things I will and won't do, and like if I'm at work, I don't care what part of my position, but I've always been a manual labor person.
Yeah.
So to me, my pocket knife is a tool that I carry. You're not going to tell me I can't carry my pocket tool.
If
I
you're
don't give a fuck what the job is. Even when I like worked as a resident helper at a nursing home, I carried a pocket knife. I don't give a fuck.
Well, like
I had to be careful there because of the elderly and everything, but I still carried it.
Yeah, I mean, if I was to have to go through all of my tools and pick what tool I've used most, it's going to be my knife.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened once. I was on base. It's after I just retired, and I wrote a lot of the publications and changes to pubs and qualifications and stuff like that for the law enforcement guys. And I was on the base the one day, and I had just quit. I had gave up my government job, and I was outside of the exchange, and my daughter had gotten something, and my wife went back in and was going in. She was like, "You just watch her," because she was little, and she wanted me to cut the tag off of it, so I pulled the knife out like this, and I popped it. It was a little flipper, and I had to call my wife because the cop was like, "I got to take you." He thought it was. Oh, you got a switchblade, and I'm like, "It's not a switchblade. It's just a knife." So he puts me in cuffs, takes me to the security department. I show up. The watch commander was like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing? Do you fucking know who this dude is? He just worked here like 2 weeks ago." He's like, "What'd you bring him in for?" He said, "I had a switchblade." And the dude looked at me. He goes, "Mike knows better than that." He's like, "Mike, you got a switchblade?" I was like, "No, it's like a flipper opener." And he was like, "Let's give him a ride back to his car and then come back here so I can tear you a new ass."
Right. I hate when I can't have a knife on me. It just doesn't feel. Or that's what I mean. Like I feel like I honestly feel. I'm not gonna say naked, but I feel very, very unprepared, and I do not like that feeling.
I told the
I
guys,
mean, like something stupid, like you're just opening something up, a package, or wedging something, or stabbing something. Like I want to make sure I have a knife on me.
I told the guys in a live feed on Wednesday, I put a knife in my pocket like right before the live feed.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what it felt like. I haven't done it in so long. I did not put a knife in my pocket until way late in the afternoon. And I kind of made, because I got up and I forgot to put my knife in my pocket. And I just I was like, well, I want to see what it's like to not have my knife in my pocket all day. It was miserable.
Yeah.
Like you want to open something, you got to go to a knife. You got
to go find a knife.
I got to go find a knife, which
that's just dumb.
My house is not that hard, but still, like, just happen to go.
I get it, but like even in my pajama pants, man, I have a knife. I just carried on the belt or the seam,
I carry this on the waistband.
Yeah, on the waistband. Yeah, that's why I also don't understand like the people that say like that. Oh, you probably couldn't carry this with basketball shorts or basketball pants. Like why?
I wear track pants and I carry.
Me too. Like to me, like it carries better.
Yeah.
Like I never understood that concept of someone. And I understand, like, say if we were talking about like my USMC fighter or something, right? But but with a regular knife, I can carry a full size 3.5-inch blade on my belt.
Yeah. I carry this in the waistband of my track pants constantly. And then I throw another knife in the pocket. Usually whatever is going to be my like my next review video, because I want to carry it and see how it carries in all situations. You can't just like, oh, I put it in and out of my jeans and I cut an apple. Like I get so upset with some of these. Have you noticed that there's so many channels out there that right now that they get a knife in and they just only talk about what was on the box?
That's why I can't stand that. I cannot stand something that I can read. I don't need you to tell me what I can like. If I type in the knife name, I'm going to get the information you're giving me. I don't need to know that information. I want to know the information I can't read. Somebody said, I hate to leave my knife in my truck when I go to the ball games. When I go to court, that like I go fucking crazy because
I have jury duty.
If I have to Uber, because that means I have to leave it at home. So like if I go with somebody, I can just leave it in the car. But if I leave by myself and I Uber, that means I'm gone the whole time. And that means like I might have, and I think about the neighbors I have to walk through. I think about just everything. And it pisses me off.
I have jury
That's
duty.
the one place I can't.
I got a jury duty notice, and you just saying that, I was like, man, that's gonna fucking suck. If I get called in for jury duty, I gotta leave my knife in my car outside if I can get a handicap spot there. If not, I got to drive all the way down and then take an Uber from the Horton Plaza. And that means I'm going to have to leave my knife in the car the entire fucking day and then walk back probably unless I take an Uber. No,
I'm a professional Russian.
Yeah, but I hate when people just do that. Like I do the unboxing when you send me something. Then the first day in pocket is that blind, like this is the first impressions. Then after a few days, when I've made a final determination or a week or two, I do the full review video and I talk about what I did with it. Then I give the specs, but then I talk about like, how's it feel hand? What are the things that bother me? Like, do I like the pocket clip? Probably fucking not. I don't know if you've noticed. I don't like many pocket clips.
But I am a professional Russian.
Yeah, somebody said that you look like FPS Russia, who really wasn't Russian. That's what he's talking about. FPS Russia.
I'm a professional Russian.
I have a friend that's actually a professional Russian. He's a professional boxer. My boss, he is a Russian. We're literally, I mean, technically I just quit. I kind of been holding back on telling everybody, but we, because of everything that's going on, they are having to change all the bottles because it's called Russian vodka. So now we have to switch it to some other name. They are. I'm not, because I technically quit the other day. Well, why would you do
that? To be honest, I'm losing money going there.
By not doing stuff on the channel?
By not sharpening, by not doing stuff on the channel. And I think I Uber there. So I spend over $150 a week just getting to work. Yeah. So counting that plus the money I'm losing being there versus what I'm making, and trust me, I didn't do this not logically. I spent months losing money before I decided I gotta stop. So I wound up cutting ties the other day. I can go back anytime I want. So if something happens, I still have, they tried giving me a raise and everything, and I just told them it's just not worth it. Even with the raise, it just doesn't make sense. So
well, that's why I'm happy. I'm happy that you've got, because that gives you an option with the fact that your channel's growing up as fast as it is. That's fucking great. I hope that there's a handful of channels I hope take off. Not just mine. I mean, of course I want mine to take off, but like Cole, he puts so much work into his shit. Like he should be getting more views. I'm glad to see B's got a bunch more. And
hey, you've talked to him a lot, Cole. What was his other channels before he started the knife channel?
He had a car channel and a couple other things. I really didn't ask him about
a car.
Yeah, he had a car channel.
Like different cars or just one car?
I mean, it wouldn't be much of a channel if it was just one car.
Well, I don't know if he was like car parts or like cars.
I think he just did. I think he did like just videos about different cars and like the things he liked and specs and stuff like that.
So he's a car dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but I know he had a couple channels, but like he puts so much work into the videos. I think he needs more. Like you're grinding, I'm grinding, Bees is grinding. I'd like to see the channels that are just putting in work start to come up.
Well, the channels that are putting in work, you can see it. Yeah, I mean, like some of the comments I get, like that video I got 2 million views on in 6 days. I got the most hateful, most craziest comments I've ever seen in my life on my channel. But that's gonna happen, right? It comes with the territory, and it's fine. Like I don't expect people that don't follow my channel to give me a good comment, right?
I mean, you're still like we talked about it, and I went to the video. I was like, let me read some of his comments, and I was like, oh, these aren't bad. Like he's not getting the shit that I got. Like I had someone come in a live feed and threaten my child.
Well, obviously, if they're threatening, they automatically get removed by YouTube usually. Some of them I did remove, but no, I mean, like some of them were just like mean, like talking about my hands, calling me a liar and a troll, and those are the ones. Like if somebody comes in and calls me a cocksucking like whatever and talks shit about me, like I'm gonna come find you. Like I'm not even worried about those. The ones that get to me, that actually critique me in a bad way, like calling me a troll, saying that I am a liar, saying that I'm clickbaiting, things like that.
That's what I'm saying. I get that all the time with the thumbnails and the titles. Like, oh, you're
right. And what I'm saying is 2 million views. I got like, I don't know how many comments on there, but I'm talking about like so many comments that it would be one after another. Liar, 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 troll. And I mean, like, I'm going through like 40 comments. When you see that, like 40 in a row saying the exact same thing. You're a troll. You're a this. And it's just like one after another. Like, it's defeating. And then you finally get to a good one that says, like, in the good ones, like,
I know it feels like somebody can't carry anything.
And it's like, oh, thank God I got to somebody who understands. And then again, I get 30 more. Your hands, this, then it's like, fuck, man.
Well, that's like, 200. I talked on the phone. I was like, comments. You can always talk to me, man. I'll give you some nice stuff. Because I told you, I was like, but the whole thing is like, why are they getting wound up? It's federally illegal. You go, fucking thank you.
Right.
I needed some. It was like,
I needed somebody to get on my side. Yeah, no, it's like, it's mind-boggling. And I can't argue with them all, right? I'll argue with like not argue, but I'll like just tell them, because they'll be like, why? Like, they're like, literally, like, they'll just be like, illegal? Why? That's not true. That's not true. You're a liar. And it's like, and I'll sit there and explain to them. And then I look down below that, and there's 15 more just like, and I'm like, it's
like you open, like, it's like you talk to somebody at your door and you open it up and there's an entire line of people around the corner. Like, fuck me.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
I could spend 3 days answering these comments. So
I'm going to tell you a secret that has served me well. Never argue with a stupid person.
No, I don't. I don't.
It's like playing chess with a pigeon.
Yeah.
No matter how well you're doing, eventually that pigeon's going to take a shit on the board and strut around like he won anyway.
Yeah, I know, like, that. What I think about is, and I don't mean this like in a disrespectful way, but I do think about it like, these guys are sitting on their couch. They're not giving a shit about their comment. They left the comment an hour ago. They're not thinking about it. They didn't even mean it. And they have no idea what they're talking about. Who cares? Right.
Right. And the second I've done it too. The second you engage though, because then they get a notification. I'm like, oh
yeah. Well,
they're sitting there eating their Cheetos. And I'm like, oh, and then they just start. And because as long as you're going to keep doing it, they're going to keep coming.
The ones that'll kind of really get to me too is the ones that where it's like, it's not just 3 words, right? They actually put in time for that comment. They wrote up 3 paragraphs telling me how bad I am. And I was just like, that's why, to me, with that video, I scroll through the comments from that video as fast as I can. I'll answer if there's actually any questions. All the rest, I don't even want to see the comments from that video. There's just too many. Like, the other comments, it's like I can't even get to other videos. Think about 2 million views in 6 days. 2 million views in 6 days. Think about them fucking comments. Like that video is just like, I'm scrolling for days trying to get to my like one of my other videos to comment on too, because I want to answer the comments. But there's no way I can keep up. I would literally not be able to create content for the next week.
You'd just be busy. Or you could just go and just turn off comments. And you did do that thing I told you about the in the settings to like block certain things. Yeah. That's going to save you some time right there. Somebody was saying, I don't know what bees said, but my grandfather told me this one time. My grandmother was like, you're going to catch more flies than honey than you can with vinegar. And my grandfather turned and looked at me and goes, don't matter. I still like shit best.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. You know what I think is incredible?
He's like, bet you get more of them with shit though.
You know what I think is so incredible? I've been trying to the past, not that it's a competition or anything, but I am going after Metal Complex. I'm gonna pass him, and that's just a fact. But not that it's competition or anything, not that anybody's racing or anything, but he had a video, like I had a video around or he had a video like 600,000. So my goal was to pass his most viewed video. Well, I fucking passed that with one of my other videos, and now this one with the 2 million, it's past, like, it's like 5 times larger than his largest video ever, and that's a fucking accomplishment, man, to me personally. Not like I said, I'm being a little facetious and everything, but I'm just messing around. I love the guy to death. Like I'm not talking shit. Like he knows I love him. I talk to him.
I love him too. And like Zach and like you. Here's my goal. Like, I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to set a lofty goal like I'm going to catch up Jared, because obviously I'm not going to, because my channel is about half dead because Bees has been doing
you'd
it
have
for
to catch
years.
up to Metal Complex first.
No, what I want to do is I just want to, I just want to have more subscribers than fucking Cole does, like all the time. Like I just don't want another brand new channel to fucking pass me. Like I know it's not a competition, but like I've been doing this I've had a channel since 2012 technically. And like 2012 fucking Bees beat me and he's only been doing this for a year. I'm like, well, fuck me.
Yeah, I think oh my god, Neeves, you just passed 53K. Thank you, Yoda. Thank you, Yoda. Yeah, almost 20K subs per month. It's gonna probably teeter down now and start going back down, but it's went up to 19.9K.
Hey, how about you keep that shit to yourself?
So I'm trying to top 20K now. One thing though, for any of the channels, including yours, you know, I said this in my live the other day, YouTube is pushing shorts. So you have an opportunity right now for 4 months to, and you know, if I'll just be honest, man, what I did to push the content was I did a 10 row videos where I did 10 videos in a row that are hyper performing videos. So videos that get the views, right, that I already know, you know, that are going to get a lot of views, and I did them in a row. And then I topped it off with, technically I did not know that video was going to be one that was going to do good. I wasn't even going to do the react video until I thought of Gravity Knife. I'm like, man, that's such a good title, Gravity Knife. And then I knew like this is gonna be a good one, but I wasn't positive. But I had like 2 other video ideas that I knew would be good too. So one of the 3 were probably going to do very well, considering I did the other 10. And I said it like 3 weeks ago in a live. I said I'm about to do something where hopefully, because my channel was like going like this, and I said I'm going to do something to make the channel go like this. I said hopefully it works. I said I think it's going to work, and it did. But all I did was I started creating shorts. That's one thing, and the shorts are hyper focused on teaching something, right?
I showed you. I took your advice. I did 2 last night.
Good.
I haven't done 2 today. I just ran out of time to do anything.
Well, it's just like you got to think about everybody in this fucking chat right now has something that they could teach somebody. So think of that thing. You don't have to be over explanatory. You don't have to, just pick something that's simple that you can explain in 60 seconds and run with it and explain it well, so that the people are enticed to say, I kind of want to know more. Right, then I'll make them click. Yeah. So I did 1 to 2 of those a day, including my 2 videos a day. So I was basically doing 3 or 4 videos a day, but the shorts, they're only 60 seconds. So but then the videos I was posting were videos that were like unboxings, like with multiple knives, knives with multiple, or videos with multiple knives, shit like that, and videos that basically get a lot of views. And I did that at the same time when I'm doing these shorts that are hyper focused around getting views. And I got one of my shorts went viral. But not the first one, not the second one. It was like, a bunch later. But doing all those together made it to where YouTube's seen this. This is what YouTube's seen, and this is why it works. So YouTube sees your click-through ratio starts going like this. So then they say, oh, his people are liking his videos. So they'll take one of your videos and they'll show it to more people. So instead of showing it to 10,000 people, they'll say, we'll show it to 100,000 people and see if the click-through ratio goes up. So then they'll show it to 100,000 people and say if 50% of them click on that video, they'll say, oh, okay, we'll show it to 1 million now. Then they show it to 1 million. So now that one that's got 50% just goes right up. And that's the way YouTube's algorithm kind of looks at it and figures out like, okay, what video should we push? And then they start pushing those videos, and that's how you can kind of get them. You don't want to drop your heater, right at first. You want to do some good videos that YouTube likes to push in a row, and then drop a really good one at the end that has a good, not clickbait, but a good clickable title and a good thumbnail.
It's okay. That's what a thumbnail and a title are. Regardless,
I know.
What I'm saying. That's what it's not clickbait. Like it's
right.
All of them are clickbait.
That's
the entire point of them.
I'm just saying something that people that don't watch your channel will click on. That's what I mean. I mean something that it does, like, yes, the people that watch your channel, of course, will click on it. But what about the guy in Jamaica? What about the guy in the UK? What about the guy who doesn't care about knives? Will he click on it? You know, you want a title and a thumbnail that will relate to him and entice him, like, ooh, this is pretty interesting, because YouTube is going to scroll it past his face. Now, when it scrolls past his face, what's the likely chance of him clicking on it? So you do multiple videos in a row that entice those people to click on it. And then, you know, you have that heater at the end. That's like a guarantee. And YouTube will start pushing you up in the algorithm. Then you'll get that one in there that's for sure going to get lots of clicks. Because I always say, if you can get 10% of a click-through ratio on a million, if they'll give it to 1 million people, then that's like 100,000 views, right? Which if you can get that, they will push it further. Now, if you can get, like, say with the shorts, like 80%, 90% click-through ratio, because it's kind of automatically going through them, they'll push that massively. That will entice, and because the shorts will increase your chances. I'm going to say this slower. Your shorts will increase your chances of your click-through ratio to go up on your videos. So you want those shorts. You're basically using the shorts to fuel your videos. So use those shorts that are, you know, subject oriented, where they're about something that teaches something that anybody will be interested in, right? Anybody can watch it, like, ooh, this kind of interesting, right? So they're watching it, they're seeing it, they're clicking on it. YouTube sees that, right? Now they will push your actual videos because your shorts are doing good. So then all of a sudden your videos, you know, if you have them like kind of
get stuck along. It's like when you're driving behind a pickup or a semi and you get in that vacuum.
You're catching the draft.
Pulls you along. Yeah, you draft them.
Yeah, exactly. And you're kind of using that to your benefit. And then if you do that over and over, like say so many in a row, then you'll get one of those heaters in there that YouTube will say, all right, let's show this to 10 million people. And if you can get 10% of that, that's 1 million fucking views.
Or 2 million in your case.
Right. But
hey,
you know,
I hate to do this. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, I know. We're about done. I know.
I'm getting.
No, I know. Me too. Yep. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to contact me for the knife. I'm sure you already messaged me. I appreciate everybody who joins, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Mike, for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good time with you.
It's self-serving. You got 2 million views. People find out you're coming here. Maybe I'll get some views here too.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, thanks again for putting that link in that video. But like I said,
no problem.
I am not above saying that I'll ride your fucking coattails.
No, I'll do it again. I got some more good videos coming up that I got some heaters or some really good ones coming. I'm gonna put them in there.
I sent you, like I said, not so everybody needs to hear this, but I did send you links
Instagram,
to the 3 videos. Those are the 3 videos that I think would be the ones that you might want to tap, because even if they're not related, those were really good videos. It shows because they were some of the higher.
If you have a specific video that you like that you'd like me to put on, send it to me, and that's the one.
That's those 3 links I sent you. Those are the ones.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. All right.
I sent you those links. Guys, I'm going to bed. Jared, it's been fun. Do you guys want a countdown on the way out like I always do? Because I love that countdown. Was that the first time you got to see my live feed?
No,
countdown?
I've been in it before. Yeah,
I was gonna say, because like I found that and I was like, oh, I'm
999.
I'm like, I'm keeping that. Like if the person that edited that comes back and says, hey, I want to share, I'll be like, absolutely. I will share my fucking live feed profits with you, because half of nothing is still fucking nothing.
There you go. There you go.
All right, guys, I'm going to count us down and then I'll tell you goodbye.
29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18,
17.
16,
15.
14. 13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2.
1. 0.
That makes me laugh every time, even if I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah, you can I can still hear the flipping. That's okay. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta put this. I gotta clean up this garage. It looks like a nightmare. I've been sharpening and stuff all day. Thanks to FPV Diva and Jared for putting me onto this Atoma. This thing is nuts. If you guys need a stone that cuts real aggressively, I'm going to talk about this. It's going to get a video. So, guys, I'm out of here. Talk to you guys later. There's that second end button.